What is good, chat? First things first, let me know if y'all can hear the audio because we are about to get into some shit. Yes, for those of you guys who don't know, we are continuing this whole Pearl situation because unlike most of the people in the Manosphere here, we're gonna do our due diligence to hold this woman accountable. Now, some of these guys, these top content creators that are now seemingly being exposed, you know, for being the biggest hypocrites in the world, yeah, none of them, it seems like when it comes to accountability, none of them knows what that looks like on the internet. However, you know, maybe if you're the outside looking in, it may make sense to you that, hey, you know, how could you hold a woman accountable over the internet? Then I will introduce you to the red pill, all right? Particularly the red pill in the Manosphere and the black Manosphere, if you want to specify here, okay? Because they do nothing else but hold women accountable. These guys spend majority of their content, okay, talking about modern women, and it is on repeat. Matter of fact, they talk about modern women so much, you can read off all their talking points off the back of your hand, all right? So these guys don't get it twisted, y'all. These guys, they understand how to hold women accountable. However, only if it comes down to the right one. Only if it comes down to the right woman. Because when it starts affecting how they're going to be making money or potentially making money in the future, well, hold on now. Holding women accountable on the internet, what does that look like? I mean, she already said sorry. I mean, she already apologized. I mean, what more do you people want, right? I mean, she gave y'all jobs. When y'all niggas give other niggas jobs, huh? Meanwhile, these guys also run multi-$1,000 platforms themselves, but you don't see them hiring black people. The lead attorney's editor is actually Pearl's editor too as well, but he says Pearl is just a random woman on the internet. No. It's not the fact that Pearl is also a moderator deleting comments on the lead attorney's channel, but lead attorney's gonna sit there and tell you guys that no. Listen, if you ain't the age of 43 or lived in Georgia, well, you don't know what racism is, and Pearl is definitely not racist, and I am definitely not incentivized in any way to say that. Oh, by the way, Pearl is also this random girl, all right? So you get these characters that, you know, they came through black YouTube, and these guys, listen, majority of the content that go viral is holding particularly black women accountable. And just the hypocrisy a lot of this tension is now causing, and we're talking about Pearl, is basically exposed a lot, especially to a lot of these guys' audience members and for a lot of content creators who are also part of this divide too as well. Guys, I know that was a crazy ass just me going in. I just had a little bit to get off my chest real quick. So let me turn the music down so we can get into who we really want to talk about today, all right, which is another Manosphere bozo that lops about like he's some kind of leader, bag chaser, but realistically is the biggest scammer in these Manosphere RedPill YouTube streets. Yes, he's pretty big, and by scammer I'm talking about how people fake it till you make it, but when they are in the process of faking it, okay, they come out here on YouTube and tell you that they made it in order for you to buy into their courses or buy into their super chats or worse, buy into their Patreon courses, selling real estate advice, but the dude came from restaurants. If you guys don't know who I'm going to be talking about today, it is yours truly, Anton Daniels. Yes, that's right. And realistically, let me turn the music down, guys. Hit the like button because we are going to first break down why I think this dude's a scammer, okay? Now, I'm saying it relatively because, listen, if you come up here and fake your whole lifestyle and then it turns out you didn't live that lifestyle, but you built a platform. You made money off of faking that lifestyle. To me, you scammed those people. Everyone that bought into your Patreon courses, everyone that fell for your lies, it means you scammed them because they didn't really know what the hell it's all about. And Anton Daniels is no stranger. Matter of fact, realistically, I am not surprised to see him taking the stance that he's taking today. And for those of you guys who are wondering what stance S is, well, Anton Daniels decided to go ahead and jump in this whole Pearl saga and toss his own little 2 cents in the ring, right? And he did it in the worst way possible. Matter of fact, in the follow-up videos that he did afterwards, it just really just put this nigga's agenda on display, all right? And basically he had a conversation with Pearl, all right? And they basically had their back and forth in their interview, and actually I think they had a couple different interviews too as well. Two of them in particular we're gonna cover on this show, but one of them basically specified the Ra Garvey situation that was going on, okay? And she kind of broke it down from her perspective, telling the story of, the pay gap and, the contract splits and all that conversation, all right? So we're going to dive into that. But also, and what Anton Daniels did, he also interviewed Ra Garvey himself, all right? And they also talked about his side of the situation. So we're actually, guys, in this stream, gonna break down side by side 2 sides, all right? To the Pearl situation and the SR Garvey situation, and then come up with the conclusions based off the facts that we can derive from it. And also what we're gonna expose in this live stream is the hypocrisy of Anton Daniels. And while I think anybody that's still listening to this clown today, hey, listen, you deserve everything that happens to you, okay? Listen, Anton, I know you got the big bag now, okay? You just go ahead and grifted off these black folks, all right, that came through your Patreon, that came through O'Shea Duke Jackson, that came through the lead attorney, that came through MTR, that came through all these different platforms that you hopped over to get to where you are, all right? It's nice to know that they have finally paid you to basically sell out. Bravo. And for those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, I know I got some energy today, but guys, listen, I've been calling these bozos out for the better half of the last year and a half, okay? And for a while, even some of the people who are former fans of these individuals, okay, would come up to me and say, you are a clout chaser. You are a hater, okay? You are just unfairly just calling these people out. And I'm telling you, listen, it's all about principle and integrity. These people are coming at you claiming that they're standing on principle and integrity. But when you zoom out and look at the overall actions that they make and the decisions that they take, essentially you realize that they're not here to actually help you, black men. Right? When they talk about black relationships, when he sets up podcasts with all the other women on the panel and he just ridicules black women and holds them accountable, calling them hyenas and whatnot, right? He is making money off of that conversation. But when it comes down to someone who basically potentially could have influence over his future pocketbooks, matter of fact, fuck y'all niggas and fuck reparations too. That came out of his mouth. That came out of this man's mouth, bruh. It's just crazy. So, guys, go ahead and hit the like button as we go ahead and start roasting this guy because I think there's no one else in the Manosphere space that deserves it than this clown over here. So, the first video we're going to cover is how this man is basically a scammer, okay? Now, You will not find this video anywhere else, okay? Because my man, Firstgen Corporate, I kind of bring him up, all right? Firstgen Corporate was the first individual, he's not even a content creator, I don't believe, but the first individual that really exposed Anton Daniels live in 4K, all right? And not just live in 4K, live in 4K on Pocket Watcher with JT Stream. Now, if you go on Pocket's channel, you're not going to find that video anywhere, so it's gone. But we have archives, all right? And with those archives, you're going to watch Anton basically sweat when he's getting pressed about how he came up. And when we talk about his net worth, the answers he gives, all right? And then you guys will start to realize why this guy is actually a fake, and the real money he made is off of YouTube. And lastly, the one other thing I want to let you guys know is a lot of these niggas out here tell you that YouTube is a business. You got to run it like it, right? Well, let me tell you this. These podcasters are not profitable, okay? YouTube podcasting, matter of fact, the podcasting industry in itself, it's not even profitable, like generally speaking. So that's why you see these guys, they have to nickel and dime. They have to do the Patreon. They have to do the merch. They have to do the courses. They have to do a lot of these behind the scene nickel and dime thing because they need to make money off of the back end. The front end views for a lot of these new age podcasters, it's not it. All right, the only one that can really say they can do something was really Kevin Samuels, because that's the person that can have 1 million plus subs and get hundreds of thousands of views per video. Hundreds of thousands per views per video. Not some of the content creators we're seeing now that are doing the same content, but you see them, they have high sub counts and their view numbers don't match. It means they are not profitable. So when you see someone like Pearl who managed to make it to 1 million, Fresh and Fit, you can forget about them. They don't want to work with nobody except for whoever's going to get them more clout or suck on their toes, okay? But Pearl, she's the next best thing. So this is why it explains why a lot of these guys are protecting her. It's not about black men and helping black women come together. It's about you guys coming together to pitch in to their wallets. All right? So I'm not going to hold you no more. Let's play this video.
These creditors' money. In this video clip, Anton is going to give you a tour of the millionaire master bedroom. This is the millionaire master bedroom. Let's check it out.
Attire for today. Got the purple socks to match the purple shirt, blue pants, standard attire. Nothing out of the ordinary. Just a couple of the things that I carry with me. I keep 2 cell phones. I run 4 numbers in between it. A little bit of cash or whatever, about 2,000 on me. I don't usually take this.
And so,
first of all, let's just take in Marvel. This is before he got a big bag, okay? This is what back then, and by back then I mean like only a couple years ago, right? When he was sitting here fronting to y'all on YouTube that he was worth something, right? Even though he knew damn well he had nothing. Restaurant business, bankrupt. But he liked to say he never took out a loan. Bitch, we know who you owe money to. We got your cut records, bruh. You can't hide from your bankruptcies. You can't hide from that. You took out loans. You're in debt. You had to close your restaurant business down because you weren't profitable. So what did you do with that money? You come out here on YouTube and you start pretending that you got it. Because the reason why guys like Anton can get away with this bullshit is because realistically, black folks, we show and tell more than anyone else. And in order to get that influence, you have to show and tell. So it seems like these guys, when they come up here, a lot of us, we won't believe that they have what they have unless they flex. That's why in our culture, there's this just weird sickness where everyone just feels the need to flex. And it's having disastrous consequences for our people. Look at some of these rappers out here, right? The guy with DJ Vlad that did an interview and then days later gets murdered, right? Didn't have to do that interview, didn't have to flex, didn't have to do anything. Could have let the beef let be where the beef let be, right? But because we needed to just show everyone what it is, he lost his life. And partially, I blame DJ Vlad. I blame you. Because you culture fortune motherfucking, I don't even know what to call it, you pressed for that interview. And he knowing that he was going to get caught from it, did it, and it cost him his life. So, if anything, you're partially responsible. But I digress. Flexing is the shit that gets us all wrapped up in the weird frenzy. And that's how guys like Anton can come into the community and get y'all on his side. Because you don't even really know who he is behind the scenes. You just know what he tells you. And you know what he allows you to see. We gotta start waking up to the realities of a lot of these clowns, because you gotta start telling y'all you gotta do more than just show and tell. You gotta really stand up when it matters, and you're starting to see these guys can't do that.
He has no nerve calling anybody dusty, bragging about his money, because this master suite is looking dusty. I'm sorry, it is.
This is what my budget is for the week.
Just look at this cap.
I don't know if you can even see that. See the subtotal? The taxes that I spent? This is my real life, bro. This is my receipt from the jewelry store.
Now, he just showed you a receipt for $38,000, and he says that's his weekly budget, $38,000. He said that's his piss money. But in this next video, he's going to talk about not being able to afford to sit courtside at a Detroit Pistons game. FYI, it only costs $1,700 for a courtside seat at a Pistons game. If you buy season tickets, it is $1,700 a game. That's not a lot of money. Let's listen.
JR, you always want to upgrade. So it's like I'm not going to be satisfied till I'm sitting center court for the whole season.
Now, you know what I find interesting about this video? This was still back when Anton was trying to flex on everybody, right? Now that he's gotten the Patreon money, thanks to you clowns that support him, right? He can spend not only your money on him getting courtside tickets to the Piston games, but he's also spending your money for guys like Charleston White to also get courtside tickets to the Piston games. Y'all remember that? Charleston White bragged about it. Anton Daniels spends money when he invites Charleston White to the studio. We get the MGM presidential suite. That's what Buddy was talking about, bro. You over here paying for your facials and shit. You treated Charleston White better than you probably treat your own wife on a vacation, bro. Like, that was just so crazy to see that how far you've grown. Back then, when you were clearly faking it till you make it, talking about, I'm not going to be satisfied till I can afford the Detroit Pistons games. And now we know. But the crazy thing is, now that you've made it and black folks have helped you, look at what he's doing now. The reason why I have to play this video, because A, you're not going to find this anywhere on the internet, and B, it just goes to show you that when this guy talks about, oh, I'm really about that life, bro, this is to prove that we're going to cut all that shit down right here, right now. And I know you're watching, big boy, so any one time you want to get your ass on the screen, go ahead. We're going to put the link up too as well. I know you're watching. I know all y'all watching, right? But this needs to be said because nobody else is saying it. Oh, shout out to you for the super chat, Yardley.
Hey, how you doing?
Now, in this next clip, we're going to hear him talk about his profitable restaurant, the restaurant that closed after only 2 years in business. He says it was profitable, but I have paperwork that says otherwise. Check it out.
Let's expose it.
Really, really fun ride. I enjoyed it. I learned a lot. You know, I got the type of education that you can't get, and I was profitable. You know, a lot of people can't say that they was profitable. And then
this was in 2019. Guys, it's 2023. It's not that long ago.
I was one of the fortunate ones that actually really did still have the capital to be able to do so without taking out loans or taking on partners or anything like that. But a lot of people don't. And what you find is that... Yo, this is where he capping, y'all, and I'm going to hold him accountable. Pay attention to what just happened.
Now, according to the state of Michigan in a UCC filing,
there we
Anton
go. Let's get
Daniels
it.
and Sweet Soul Kitchen, LLC, they are both in debt to Thomas Hospitality Group.
A man that comes up here on the internet bragging, I have never been in debt. All right, my restaurants were always profitable. Nigga, if it was profitable, why you have so much debt? That's the opposite of profit, my nigga. You understand that, right? So you lying. You couldn't run it. You can hack it in a restaurant business, okay? And you come up here and realize, well, YouTube's a lot more money, so let's go. And you run amok on these fools. And you know what, guys? It's not just Anton. It's a lot of these so-called professionals, right? They talk a big game about how their degrees and their sophisticatedness, all right, helps them in the real world and made them such high-value men that they feel the need to come up here online and teach y'all how to do it for a fee, though. You got to pay, all right? So you better hit them Cashapps or hit that Patreon, all right? Or hit them Super Chats, all right? Because this knowledge isn't free. Meanwhile, you can find any of this bullshit that they're saying online for free on YouTube. The same platform they're using to scam you to get rich. And you notice guys like the lead attorney. You ask yourself this question, right? You're a successful attorney. Yeah, you're doing YouTube full time. You've been doing this 20 years, YouTube full time. Like, I mean, goddamn, like, now you're selling courses on how to be a YouTuber, but you don't even, YouTube is not what you spent the last 20 years doing. So realistically, the people who are buying into your course, all they're doing is fighting for your clout power. That's it. Because realistically, only a few people have the gumpture to actually make it here on social media. That's what you're not telling these clowns, right? A lot of these platforms is like, oh, okay, good. We'll see, all right? But realistically, I noticed something. If you don't prop them up, a lot of them don't really do well. So is that a successful course? Knowing that people are going to pay you for a mastermind where there's a massive chance of them not succeeding unless you prop them up. And in the same breath, lead attorney, while you're selling these courses to these gullible individuals, you then, in the same breath, say a 26-year-old white woman like Pearl taught you everything you need to know about social media. Like, how does that make any sense? So why should these people who are currently paying your new salary, because we know you're retired now, right? You left the legal system. These people who are paying your new salary to get information to help them blow up, why shouldn't they just go pay Pearl? Instead of paying you, since Pearl taught you everything you needed to know, right? You see how a lot of these guys, they're coming up here with these lies. And when you look into the background and the pattern of behavior, it's clear as day. They're here for one reason and one reason only: to make money and get more clout. That's what this is all about. But what I can, the thing is, I don't have a problem with that. I genuinely don't have a problem with that. The issue I have is when you disguise it under the guise of helping black men and black women come together, because now you're being manipulative.
They are in debt. They owe money, and this UCC filing is a lien. They need to pay up. That lien, it's still active. Let me show you where you can go find it. Sweet Soul Kitchen has 3 active liens. There's 2 UCC liens and 1 state tax lien. They are in debt. They owe money and or property. That is a fact. Anton Daniels specifically has a UCC lien. He is in debt. He owes money and or property. That is a fact. He owes it to Thomas Hospitality Group. Now we have another document showing that the Sweet Soul Kitchen LLC was dissolved February 18th, 2020. The UCC filing was filed January 5th, 2020.
2020. We in 2023. We in the 3rd month of 2023. Matter of fact, you could chalk this up to being damn near almost two and a half years ago, if you want to throw it that way. Because, listen, we just got out of March into April, right? So not even. You want to sit here and come on YouTube and tell different stories, my G, like we don't have receipts? No. Because once we get into the Pearl part and y'all get this initial context of who this man really is, then I hope you understand the full picture of why some of y'all are surprised that he's supporting someone like Pearl.
You see, the filing was completed January, and then they went to dissolve the LLC in February.
Shout out to you, KS.
We don't know if he's if he's trying to run away from that debt, right? Because he told you guys that he doesn't finance anything. But according to the state of Michigan, he's in debt. He owes some money. So for a man that's balling out of...
Hey, Lando, you might be more right than you realize. You have no idea how more right you might realize, bro. Yeah. Yeah. If y'all want to direct yourself to Lando Bando's comments on the screen, if you're able to watch the screen, okay? Not making any statements, but we definitely researching it, and what we're finding out is not good.
Control, multi-millionaire. Why you can't pay your bills, player? I'm just saying. Somebody ain't telling the truth.
Watch how we bring it out of him. And when people ask me, or when I ask, what are you looking for? When somebody say happiness, that's a red flag for me. It's a immediate red flag. I don't believe in happiness. I believe in chasing growth.
That my focus is not ever really completely on money. And I'm not telling you not to be successful. Be successful in everything you do. What I'm saying is be happy. You know, focus on what fulfills you as a purpose. Because if you go through life and you never really do what you were meant to do, but you made a lot of money.
Look at this nigga, bro. Oh, wait. Who would actually believe this was Anton Daniels, seeing him talk the way he's talking right now? Right? Back then, when he was getting on, we saw your early YouTube videos, nigga. We saw your early YouTube videos before you got into the Manosphere grift. All right? You were on the same motivational hustle like everybody else. Oh, yeah, you know, you guys work hard, and, you know, I care about the integrity and the passion and love, and it's not always about money. Money, if anything, I don't care, you know? That's all that rhetoric you was talking. And then when you get the money, all of a sudden it's like you put on a Rick Ross persona, right? The inner Rick Ross come out. You got the discount Dollar Tree version, all right? You coming out saying, hey, listen, man, I got to flex with my discount Porsche. I got to flex with my Walmart brand house. You know, you got to flex all this stuff. And some of these dudes, they don't really understand what real money looks like. They come up here and see these little Dollar Tree flexing, and they're over here like, oh, shit, how can I get me some of that? Right now, realizing that, nigga, you was a fraud, you were a fool, and you're fraud this whole time. Because we saw what you were all about before. You got the money, and the only way you got the money was because of these guys who were willing to pay you. Who you think you're fooling? But I digress. Let's continue frying this dude.
Doing it. What have you really accomplished? Me.
If you see people that continue to tell you that money don't mean nothing or money don't make you happy, start to look at them a little bit crooked, because it's a bold-faced lie.
Ever really completely on money. And I'm not telling you not to be successful. Be successful in everything you do. What I'm saying is be happy. You know, focus on what fulfills you as a purpose. Because if you go through life and you never really do what you were meant to do, but you made a lot of money doing it, what have you really accomplished? Me.
If you see people that continue to tell you that money don't mean nothing or money don't make you happy, start to look at them a little bit crooked.
We looking at you crooked, bruh, because them your own words. When you first started YouTube, you were all about, hey, you know, money isn't everything, okay? It's not the end-all, be-all. You got the YouTube money and clout. All of a sudden, the old you is funny now, huh? You're looking at the old you funny now, huh? I wonder why. Because this nigga, integrity out the window. Just completely out the window. And y'all who are still supporting this nigga's Patreon, and if you being black, supporting this dude, like someone, listen, some of y'all other people who are like, you know what, you guys you're making it about a race thing and whatnot. He built his platform talking about black issues. He got his platform helped by other people within the black manosphere. The same people that are following some of these other prominent guys who are wise enough to step away from this stuff are the same people that used to support guys like him. Now you see the mentality. When they get to where they want to be, they turn around and yank the ladder. That's Anton. He's doing that to himself right now. The old him versus the new him. Don't trust anything that person says if they're talking about money isn't everything. Nigga, that was you. What, 3-4 years ago? What changed? Fuck out of here. Let me just play that one more time. The hypocrisy, dog. And you want to tell me this dude ain't scamming out here? Hold up.
Is be happy, you know.
So for a man, that's
When somebody say happiness, that's a red flag for me. it's a immediate red flag. I don't believe in happiness. I believe in chasing growth.
That my focus is not ever really completely on money. And I'm not telling you not to be successful. Be successful in everything you do. What I'm saying is be happy. You know, focus on what fulfills you as a purpose. Because if you go through life and you never really do what you were meant to do, but you made a lot of money doing it, what have you really accomplished?
If you see people that continue to tell you that money don't mean nothing or money don't make you happy, start to look at them a little bit crooked.
Nigga, we looking at you now. We looking at you now.
Because it's a bold-faced lie and it's an excuse as to why they can't be whatever it is that they want to be.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anton. Thank you for explaining who you were and who you are right now. Nothing but a bold-faced lie.
Personally, I want to build a legacy. I can't do that if I'm 100% focused on money.
Listen
money
to this
don't
guy.
mean anything. It's a means to take care of the things that you need to take care of, and you know, it's not the measure by which I want to be evaluated in my lifetime. I want to be. I guess the point that I'm trying to make is it's just important to have that work-life balance. It's just important to have.
You liar.
That
Okay, so now let's get into the real meat and potatoes. Okay, we're gonna get into him getting exposed by Firstgen Corporate. Mind you, Firstgen Corporate is the same guy that also exposed. Well, he didn't expose the lead attorney, but he pressed the lead attorney on his stream when he was defending Pearl as well. So Firstgen Corporate, even though he's not, I don't know if he's a content creator. I don't believe he's a content creator, but he does go around, like, he's around the Manosphere, especially the Black Manosphere. So you could definitely tell brother he's invested in this space, particularly invested in a lot of these other content creators. And formerly one of them was Anton Daniels, right? Until Anton Daniels' mouth did a little too much talking, all right? And people had to check the receipts. And when people check the receipts and they check the LinkedIn profile, the millions of dollars this nigga was claiming to make before he got on YouTube, well, guess what? That shit didn't match up with the W-2 job he was making. He had. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to just let this whole shit play out, and then we gonna get into the real hypocrisy about Anton Daniels. Y'all thought this was bad. Oh, man. Y'all,
People have. The first thing is that you're using sign language to people who have valid questions. Bragging about who has a larger stack is childish.
Wait. What was the question?
Bragging about who has a larger stack is childish. You're not answering with logic. You're using childish rhetoric against people who have questions about your so-called rise to success. Can we pull up his LinkedIn profile? And then, Anton, you say W-2 is greater than your business success, and that's how you got your multi-millions. Yet you use the latter to boast about yourself as an authority figure on the internet. So it seems to be contradicting when you said a W-2 was the primary vehicle to how you have your multi-millions. But yet, on the internet, you talk primarily about your past successful business experience when you're selling yourself out there.
Things could be true at the same time.
Yeah, so can we pull your LinkedIn profile? The certificates that you shown earlier in the video, those are community college. So you didn't get a degree till 2016. And I find it hard to say that you had significant W-2 success in order to make yourself a multi-millionaire.
How haven't I?
And some of your income is actually public information because you used to work for a public university.
Correct.
So knowing the salary that I know, that I've seen, I'm not sure how that's translating to multi-million investment.
Tell him
How
first,
haven't it?
Jen.
Okay, so so there's a couple of claims you stated in your videos. You claimed you had a successful software company as you sold. Can you name that company?
I didn't sell the software company.
Do you have a name for it?
I'm not telling you what the name of my software company is.
TJ, shout out to you for the super chat. It sounds different because I have it sped up. If I didn't speed it up, this would be like a very long situation. So it's sped up, and the voice sounds funny when you speed it up. So that's what it is.
The same way that what happened to the restaurant, I'm not giving out information. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can find about you was your restaurant. I didn't see any. I didn't see any information about your software company online, and this should be public information. The restaurant information is public, so I saw the UCC filings, all that, like everyone else can see. But the other businesses that you claim to have created are not online, and it should be online.
I'm gonna tell you how you can find information. You are more than welcome to join the Patreon. I disclose all of my information in there.
You see, it's like a sales funnel, right? Like it's this cult to authority. I don't. Anton, you're not answering the question. If you have businesses that pocket watching JT has a business. we could research his trademarks. We can verify his legit business. But for your businesses that you claim to have been successful in, we cannot do the same. How can you reconcile the difference?
How I've structured my businesses, I structured it to where I don't have to worry about people coming after me, because the one mistake that I made is that I used my real name on the internet. And I've learned that
I think you're capping.
Guys, the reason why he's saying that's a mistake is because we can find you with your real name on the internet. So it's a lot harder for you to lie, because with your real name on the internet, we can just say, okay, he says he has a software company that was generating him millions of dollars. He can't name the company, by the way. Brother cannot name the company, not one. All right? But then when we look at his public record, the only thing we saw was his failed restaurant business that went belly up, and then nothing. A couple W-2 jobs here and there at a college, but that was it. Where's the software company, bruh? Oh, well, I can't tell you. Watch how he snakes his way around. Reaper, I did not forget your super chat. I'm sorry. The chat's moving too damn fast for me. But I went to go find it. He said he's more likely he inherited his dad's money, who left him inheritance, and I believe he had a successful construction company. Salute, fellow Niger. Shout out. Hey, are you Igbo? Let me know if you're Igbo, by the way. Nah, man, no. I don't know if he inherited money. All right, he definitely talks like he did. I'm not sure if he did, but either way, the dude's a cap, big cap. But let's watch him just completely burn out here.
Business, man, because
hold on. Let me answer your question.
I'm talking.
You gotta
let me answer your question.
Let him answer. We're gonna give you time, but you gotta let him answer.
Let me answer your question. The one thing that I've learned is that a lot of the business that's tied to me personally rises and falls off of whether or not people like me. And that's one thing that I've learned from the restaurant, that I've learned to move a little bit differently going forward. I don't want any business or anybody suffering as a result of it being directly tied to me.
This man.
So I no longer make that available for you guys.
Very modest, just about 5-6 years ago. So what super successful business that you claim to have created within the last 10 years or so that propelled you to multi-million success? Because if you go 10 years after that, you have a W-2 job, right? That's for a black man. That's legit and everything.
Right,
yes, but none of these roles. I know, but none of these roles on your LinkedIn profile, right? Prior to VP, you say you had multiple VP experiences, right? I only see one VP experience.
I'm in a vice president.
You're in a VP role now. Yes.
I'm in one now, and I was with one with Comerica Bank specifically.
Yeah, but that's only 2.
So what does that have to do with it?
I know, but looking at your prior, like a senior analyst, I'm a senior engineer or something of that sort. So you're
worked my way up quickly got promoted and worked my way up into vice president of user experience at Comerica Bank.
That's only one job that I can work in corporate that's confirmed to be a big bag. The other jobs that you have in there, those are not big bags. So when you said your W-2 was the primary way for you to have your multi-millions, where
the W-2, wait, let me explain it to you. Let me break it down for you. Don't overtalk me. Give me a second. The W-2 is the vehicle, the investment vehicle. Okay. The way in which we evaluate whether or not somebody is a millionaire is specifically by your net worth, which includes your property. It includes your real estate. It includes your assets. Any asset that you have contributes to your net worth. The primary vehicle that I used in order to propel myself, in order to be able to invest in all of these different things, is from my corporate position. You understand it now?
Okay, Anton, I'm not, so you don't know them about me, right? But I'm not a regular person, right? I'm a big league at a very young age. So I work in corporate.
What does that mean?
I work in finance. So you're talking, it's kind of cloudy, right? I know how you can leverage W-2 and 401ks, IRAs, multi-million investments, right? What was the investments that you claimed to have made to get you multi-millions?
I just told you.
Okay, but it's like, real estate.
Hold on, wait. I'll give you another thing, because I don't want this to be really, really drawn out. If you want to go and look at let me answer. If you want to go and look at some of my property, it is very publicly available on my channel.
Anton, in a good recession, you was living with your parents, which is there's nothing wrong about that. But in the last 10 years, what has been the primary accelerant?
Go and look at some of my properties. It is available on YouTube, and if you want to find out some of my businesses specifically, you are more than welcome to join the Patreon.
So you say no.
Always with the Patreon. Always with the Patreon. Why can't you just tell us tell us where the money came from? If you made money, that's all he's asking. And you can't even answer that, my boy. Yeah, you expect us to believe that you were a millionaire before you came here and grifted off of black people as a hustle, a struggle. What's wrong with you, man? You think we're dumb? Let's watch this ass whooping unfold.
The last 10 years, you went from zero to multimillionaire. Do you
No,
not
I wouldn't
understand
say 10
how,
years. I
how
would
that
say-
seems? If you
I
say
would
you're struggling
say-
during the
I would
recession,
say
and that's
more
like
or
10
less-
years.
Wait. I wouldn't say 10 years. I would say probably about 13.
That's still, the numbers still don't match.
13 years. Okay. Do you not understand why people have, can poke some holes in your story that you're selling?
They're more than welcome to, but then you can also go and look at my brokerage account and my Patreon.
What does your brokerage account have to do with it? I'm telling you.
It shows you what contributes to my net worth.
Just tell us your
So
company.
you're saying your W-2 income that you relate into investments cause you to have your multi-million
What
dollar
I'm
worth.
saying is that two things can be true at the same time. It's a multi-layered approach. When you look at the appreciation of real estate, what I've been able to do with my businesses, especially the web development company, and then also
What is the name of the web development company, Anton?
You gotta let
What is the name of the web development company, Anton? I've done my research on it, Anton. I did not find any web development company, Anton. And you not just talking to an average brother over here, because I work in tech right now, and we can't find nothing. Nothing. Not a damn thing. That's why you don't want to name nothing, because you know you ain't got it. The real grift, the real hustle was YouTube. Admit it, nigga. It was YouTube. Without these niggas, you wouldn't be successful. You tried it with your restaurant business. You failed after 2 years. And you come up here and lie and talk about I was always successful. Yeah, I never got into debt. Bitch, you owe them money. Matter of fact, you got liens on your properties right now. Come on, dog. Guys, this is what I've been trying to tell you. A lot of these guys, you guys are their ticket to the top. They don't want to admit that. They don't want to let you guys know that, but you are their ticket to the top. And again, I have no problem with that. I got no problem with that. Support your boy. But if you're seeing how they act when the chips are down, when they're supposed to stand 10 toes, and you see how they're backpedaling and switching up because they're looking for theirs, now you got to worry. Because now you got to start thinking, I spent years supporting this guy, and when I needed him to back me, gone. But what is the name of the web development company, Anton? All y'all watching this right now. Next time this dude want to put up a video about how y'all niggas need to work harder and stop asking for shit, you better go ahead and ask him, hey, what's that web development company you had? Can you tell us the name? I looked at your Patreon, it wasn't there. What paying, what, $5-10? That's nothing. There was nothing there. There was nothing of value there. People just circle jerking each other and some basic generic what do you call it? You got your basic generic advice and like on stuff on finance, but it wasn't anything like pronoun or renowned or anything like that, right? Just out of the box, exclusive to get you rich. A lot of the stuff you see on his Patreon, and it's not that expensive to just sign up for a month, all right? It's not that hard. You could go do it yourself. You're not gonna find value there. It's just a bunch of people who are circle jerking each other.
let me talk, bro. And then also what I've been able to parlay with regard to my actual jobs that I work, including the one that I have now, and my W-2s is available in there in my Patreon. You can put it all together.
That's 3 from 4 months ago for the new VP role, and there was one VP role prior to that, and the other roles there were smaller roles. They did not have large W-2s attached to it.
In there. I got
Those are not large W-2 income jobs.
Hold on, bro.
They're capping.
I have over 54 videos in there. You are more than welcome to go through it.
Anton, you're capping about the other roles. The other roles, respectfully, especially the locale you're located in, they're not paying you a large sum of money. That's only one big bag role that's been confirmed prior to the new one you just got a couple months ago.
Hey, Grand Sauce, check out my other channel, by the way. I gotta do another boot camp. But I'm teaching my guys who actually fuck with my channel heavy, and they go to my other channel. I have like literally hour-long video on like literally coding in Python from start to finish. Like we built our first app on that my second channel. So I do a lot more than just clown these people out here. I do a lot. Listen, all these professional guys that have come up here and they convince you because they speak so well, like Saint the Sinner. Right, he can come up here and convince you that he's smart because he can articulate himself. All right, guys like Lead Attorney then come up here and sell you a story because they can articulate themselves. Bro, I'm just being real. I'm talking the way I talk. Go to my other channel. You can see it for yourself. All right, like, that's what I got. Actually, I'm spacing on the other video. I got to do another one, and this time we're gonna be learning JavaScript. So like I'm incrementally teaching people who want to learn something. I also talk politics too. So I mean, it's just I just find it interesting that people want to fall for guys who kind of come up here and wear a suit. Right? So what? I just got to come up here and dress in a certain stereotypical way to get you to buy into something? Y'all need to wake up.
The other roles are smaller roles in nature.
I'm capping about my Comerica Bank role, about my vice president
JT, did I say he was capping about it, or I was talking about the prior roles to that? You only had one. You had one confirmed.
Wait. So I can't have a web development company that was successful.
Anton, you said your W-2 income.
Wait. Let me ask you a question. I can't have a web development company that's successful.
Where is your web development company? JT, can you scroll down on his
Where
experience prior to the VP of user experience? And Comerica Bank is not a large bank, and VP is a role that's given in the type of industry I work to pretty much anyone with like 10 years of experience. So
yeah, but
there are different levels of VPs. There are VPs who are VPs, and there are VPs who report to C-suite.
If you know that.
Because I'm trying to see if you're capping. So if you go to project management, right, that's the senior level role. They're not paying the big bags. Star Tech Solutions, that's not a widely known name. The other ones is quality control. That's entry level. The help desk analyst is definitely entry level.
Correct.
So
look at the years on it.
Exactly. They was not paying you the big bags that you claim to have finesse and leverage through corporate.
Look at the year on it.
They was not paying you the big bags that you had claimed to leverage from it. In order for you to have multi-millions. That's all I'm saying.
You don't listen.
It's not adding up.
You don't want to look at. You don't believe the companies, right?
The companies that you have in there, I didn't say I didn't believe them.
Companies. What do you mean we don't believe the companies? We don't see it. What, we gotta believe in something that ain't real, nigga? We don't see it. Just tell us the name so we can go find it. Where are the companies, bro? But you want us to believe in something that we can't see, nigga? What are you talking about?
They weren't paying you big bags that you claim to have finessed.
You don't believe the company, and you don't believe that I've made a significant amount of money in corporate America to be able to justify my spending, correct?
A significant amount of money, I believe, came from that one VP role and the current VP role you have now. The other,
it's literally in the description. New World Order is what it's called. It's in the description. I promote it on. Well, I do a horrible job of promoting it. Actually, I should be doing that. Hey, go subscribe to my other channel, New World Order. The link in the description. Okay, but it's always the link has always been in the description. Just no one clicks on it, and I don't promote it because realistically, YouTube is not my job. All right, I know these Manosphere people convinced you that YouTube is where you make. But listen, I make money in the real world. YouTube's not my job. So I don't spend time promoting shit. But it's in the description. Go check it out.
The other experience that you have was not paying big bags.
Hold on, wait. Let's play devil's advocate. What do you think I made at Comerica Bank?
Anton, that was a role that you have a couple years. The other roles behind that was not paying you more than $60,000. Stop capping.
What do you think I made at Comerica Bank?
You have one VP role that translates to multi-millions. Do you not understand how that's a disconnect?
If you had to guess,
you make over six figures. Congratulations, other people make over six figures too.
Yes, based off of your experience, how much do you think I made?
Co-America Bank is probably more of a regional bank, and that's not a bank or a radar of a lot of people, right? I would say six figures. I would say six figures, right? And I'll say you probably have some equity options that vested over a period of three years.
Wait.
And if we're talking VP, we're talking, we're probably talking 150 to 250.
So I made 150 to 250.
Probably all in, yeah.
Okay.
For a couple years.
Didn't even deny it. But yet you want to come on YouTube pretending you're a millionaire, bro. Who you trying to fool? I mean, maybe some of the people who are buying into your Patreon, but you ain't fooling us. And that listen, if it wasn't for Firstgen Corporate, I know that was a long intro, right? But if it wasn't, we're gonna be in the trenches tonight, baby. So go ahead and hit the like button because there's a lot to work through when it comes to Anton. Okay, Anton is kind of like Lower Marquardt. Okay, there's a lot to work through there. All right, because there's just so much layered up. All right, but Firstgen Corporate, if we're going back to it, was the guy that blew the whole case wide open about Anton. Is when we realized that, okay, bro, like maybe you are capping about some things and it doesn't make any sense, right? So that's why we're not surprised to see that the lead attorney would also be doing the similar things too, because Firstgen Corporate also called out the lead attorney when the lead attorney started going on his pearly grift. And I just wanted to play that little bit here so it provides more context to who these men really are. Let me just play this real quick. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear the audio. All right, there's Firstgen Corporate right there. Again, my man is everywhere. He says, TLA would disagree here. Your form of racism, Southern, is not the only type. We can classify it like murderers by degree. As an expert in black history, trust me, slavery is not exaggerated. Roots was the light end of it. And this was in response to TLA basically qualifying racism in order to trick his audience to believe that Pearl's version of racism wasn't the same as the racism he went through growing up in the South. And then come to find out, as you let this man keep on talking, it turns out the racism he faced in the South wasn't even the real racism. It was the soft racism, according to him, right? He got the soft stuff. But then he dismissed people who lived in New York. He dismissed people who lived in LA. He dismissed people who are pretty much everyone who are living in the North. If you're black, apparently if you're a Northern black American, African American, you don't know what it's like to experience racism like he did. If you're under the age of 26, you don't know what racism is like TLA does. Like, who honestly believes that bullshit? Like, who honestly did? So Firstgen didn't, and he super chatted that man $20 just to ask him this question. And watch how the lead attorney answers it.
We disagree here. Your form of racism, Southern, is not the only type. Fair enough. We can classify it like murders by degree. As an expert in black history, trust me, slavery is not exaggerated. Roots was the light end of it. Well, first generation, you're saying that slavery was not exaggerated. Now I don't even want to get into, what this man is talking about, right? But, people can agree or disagree. Now, when you say you disagree with me, slavery is exaggerated. I'm telling you, I'm not saying that slavery is exaggerated. You got to take that up with him and Pearl. With this
complete and utter deflection. Big Bandit says he never said that. Let me just scroll on to the part where he laughs about it casually. I think it's right around here.
But these three people, I've talked to and had to complete assignments and had to work with class in law school. It was three of us. Oh, that's right. Over a class of 200, it was three of us. Shout out to my man, BLJ. I don't even want to say his name. They be doxing him like they be doxing me. Do you think at the University of Georgia, law school, where it's just three of y'all, that you might know a little bit about something, a little bit about racism from my perspective? You think all those professors, those old ass professors, 65, 73, 82, they remember the days. Guys, I would walk down the hallways and see the classes. You see the classes from 54. You see the classes from 63. Not one black person was in there. I was in classes with professors who remember either fondly or not so fondly the integration of the school. Why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you all this because for me, I ain't talking about you. For me, what I've been through, which was not rough at all. Thank the Lord. Let me just hit it. Thank God I missed all of the Woolworth shit, the city-in shit, the walking down the Selma Highway, get hit with the brick, the dogs, the German Shepherds, the damn, the water hoses. I missed all of that. Oh my God, thank God I missed all of it. I didn't get the blatant. I got the undercover stuff. My parents, my grandparents would have loved to get the undercover stuff. I'm lucky. Yeah, I ain't complaining.
Okay, so I guess we're done with it. I mean, what are you talking about, my guy? But let's digress here, okay? So, Firstgen Corporate, I salute you for at least trying to hold your leader, the lead attorney, accountable. But unfortunately, we know guys like that cannot be held accountable because clout, you know. So let's get back to Anton Scamules. All right, so Anton Scamules decided to hop in the mix with this whole Pearly situation, and he decided, well, you know what, I gotta throw my 2 cents in because I believe that Pearl isn't racist, and black folks are doing what black folks are always known to do. They always complain and they want this and that and that. And I'm paraphrasing here from Anton Daniels. Matter of fact, if you hear what he had to say about reparations, it's probably even worse than what I'm paraphrasing right now. I legitimately think this guy is also self-hating. I think, matter of fact, what Pearl has made us realize in this Manosphere space, there's a lot of self-hating blacks in here. And it is just honestly sad to see. A lot of y'all are getting really, really comfortable with a lot of these right-wing conservatives, man. And y'all think that you are exactly like them. You just watch. Like y'all just out here playing. So let's go ahead and play this little video that Pearl did, that he did with Pearl, explaining the whole Ra Garvey situation.
Yeah, so a lot of times people don't understand the cost that goes into the back end of like running one of these things. So like, and the other thing was I told him he could come back in the fall and we could maybe do a salary then. I just said right now we're not doing salaries.
Can you tell them why you don't do salaries? Can you tell them why you don't do salaries?
Oh, it's because right now we're just cash low. Because we've just had a lot of new expenses. Like we have so many editors, so many clippers, and I like to have 6 months of savings saved up. So in case anything goes wrong, I don't want to have to let anyone go. So I just said until we get the 6 months of savings that are like ready to go, then we're just not going to do it until we have that.
Okay.
But
Go ahead.
But a lot of people don't understand how expensive running everything is. Like it cost the number I sent you all the numbers broken down like person by person and all the stuff they'd have access to. So like the person wouldn't have to do anything. They wouldn't have to do anything. They could just sit down. They have a full-time editor, a full-time producer, a full-time thumbnail person. They just sit down and make content. And the way I worked it out was like, hey, if you do the same numbers, like I got Auntie Jenny, I got her from 0 to 40,000 subscribers in like what, 2-3 months. And I said, if you do similar numbers to the people that I have also signed, you're going to be making more. Right. But that's the thing, like a lot of people want the benefits of
leveraging the platform and continuing to grow, and all of the editors,
but they don't
and all of the machines.
They don't want to take up any risk. Like
Okay, Pearl, let's just say you do have a point and you did help Auntie Jenny get from 0 to 40,000 subscribers, right? Okay, now is Auntie Jenny taking that little help that you gave her and running with it? Meaning if Auntie Jenny's platform actually had any talent, including herself, right, would she be able to keep the view numbers up so it's comparable to what someone who has 40,000 subscribers should have, right? Well, actually, let's go ahead and take a look at Auntie Jenny's channel that Pearl is bragging on Anton's Daniel's stream that she helped so damn much. Let's see what we're looking at for view numbers here, Miss Auntie Jenny. Let me go ahead and zoom in for y'all over here and, you know, for the slow kids in the back. Look at this. Somebody who got 41,000 views and all that help from Pearl. Well, look at this. Huh? Well, what do we do? It took you a day to get 1,000 views. You got 40,000 subscribers, Auntie Jenny. What are we doing? 2 days to get 800? Is this the clout? Is this what the money y'all eating off of? How much does a YouTuber make off of 295 views? How much she eating? How much she eating, Pearl? What is this? 3 days to get 400 views. I've seen these kind of numbers with channels that got 100 subscribers. I've seen this kind of numbers with channels that got 700 subscribers. I'm shocked to see these kind of numbers, especially on a short video, on a channel that's got 41,000 subs. And you want to sit here and lie to us and tell me that you're actually helping this old woman eat? with the little percentages you paying her? Can somebody tell me the percentage of ad revenue you getting from a video that did 200 views in 300 views in 2 days? This is the point we're trying to make, and you're not listening. Y'all are focused on the wrong things. Anton, if you would have pulled that up and asked Pearl, hey, Pearl, you said that you got her from 0 to 40,000 subscribers, but we're looking at her views. We're looking at all of this stuff, right? Even her live streams. What are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? This is not numbers that is indicative of someone who has 40,000 subscribers. It should be way more than this. So just because she doesn't care about her getting 15% of whatever 300 views is going to get her, doesn't mean that Ra Garvey was wrong for saying, I'm not taking 30% for whatever potential views you might provide. So this right here, Furl, I'm sorry, this is not a flex. Let's continue though with this clown over here just co-signing everything.
A lot of people don't even know in July my bank account was in the negative. It was seriously in the negative. And even in November, like,
well, I know because I talked to you.
Yeah, and it's fine. You know, it's fine if you don't want to do that kind of deal. It's not for everybody, but this is for someone that just wants to sit down and do nothing and just come to work and film and not have to learn the equipment, not have to learn literally anything. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. He's more than welcome to go start something on his own. My question is, why haven't you?
So, okay.
But this is the arrogance of Pearl. If Ra Garvey had a problem with it, he could have started something on his own. Bitch, what did you think he was doing before you found him when you had nothing? He already had a platform. He already had interviews with big stars. At least over there. It's just that UK numbers don't do well as American numbers. I mean, we're Americans. What's up? What you talking about? It is what it is. Number one, right? But still, you sitting here just being so disingenuous to act like the brother didn't have a platform before you got to him. And then you're going to sit there and say, well, if he had such a problem, why didn't he build his? Why doesn't Anton push back? He should be holding her accountable right now because he knows she's lying. But he doesn't. Watch him just kiss her toes. Just sucking all over that virginal queen's toes. He just love him that shit.
Let me ask you a question, because I agree with that. So let me, because I know the cost of what it takes, right? Here's my question. Mm-hmm. Why did he turn against you?
You know, I can't really, I've just found that the bigger I get, it's just like people kind of turn when they see an opportunity to like make money, or I don't know. I can't say why he did. I just know he did. So.
Man, you still won't throw him under the bus.
It's just like,
no, I don't think you should. Like, I don't think you should.
I could come up on here and.
You're not gonna sit. Are you dumb, bruh? You're not gonna sit there and talk about the clear fact that she's trying to take down his YouTube channel? And you're gonna sit here and allow her to get away with the fact that she just said, "Oh no, I'm not. I'm just gonna take the high road. All right, I'm not gonna go to low road." Bitch, she's already going low. Let me rewind this back. Look at this smile on his face. You can just tell this is somebody who this is a look on his face after he knows he just got done pulling off the biggest robbery in the black community that ever existed. That's the kind of face you have right there with that kind of smile. This is it. And you gonna put on a sweater like that. I mean, come on, dog. Like, when you, hey, Anton, let's just be real for a second. Hey, bro, talk about, where you finding these sweaters, bro? It's just like every damn live stream now, you getting a little too colorful, my dude. I mean, listen, I know y'all far right conservatives be getting down crazy, but like, come on now. What's with these sweaters, dog?
No, I don't think you should. Like, I don't think you should.
I could come up on here and put some personal stuff about him if I wanted to. You know, that certainly would not make him look good. But like, I'm just not gonna do that.
Because you're taking down his channel. You're too busy taking down his channel. That's why. I mean, you think we're dumb? You're not gonna I'm not gonna do personal attacks because you're trying to take down his channel. But Anton's not gonna call you out on that because to him, you did nothing wrong. But he's going to turn around and lecture black people. He's going to sit there and finger wag at you that y'all need to do better. Y'all need to step up, The madness.
And every person that I have is making more than they made before. So it's
really? Really? Let's go back to Auntie Jenny's YouTube channel. Who believes that Auntie Jenny is making money right now? I'm sorry. With 40,000 subscribers and you pulling in these numbers, what money are you making? Anton, where is the accountability? You got a research team, all right? You could do the exact same Google search I'm doing. Why aren't you pushing back? Why don't you say, hey, you saying that Auntie Jenny is making more money now? Okay, we can clearly see she got more subs from you, okay? But the views, they don't match. They don't match the numbers. So what money is she making with 15% or however many percent you're paying her? And we know she's on the low end. Like, what do you think we're dumb? You think we can't just look at their channels? Like, who's the other dude? King Rich's, right? I'm gonna pull up King Rich's YouTube channel right now. Let's pull up King Rich's YouTube channel. Let's see how much money he's making. Let's see what numbers he's pulling right now. Oh, he's got even
What's
more
going on,
subscribers.
people? I'm King Rich's, and you're on the King
Stop
Rich's.
talking, bruh. Stop talking. You owe us Nigerians a bunch of apology for this coon and shit. We gonna hold your ass accountable, King Rich's. Nah, you King broke, dog. After seeing these numbers for 70,000 subscribers, bruh. And you allow her to come up here and say after she met y'all were making more money than y'all ever did. With these numbers, nigga, who you trying to fool? It took you a day to get 500 views, and you got 70,000 subs. You know what that means? This right here is fake. It's artificial. It's not real. And it's just gonna look all that worse when Pearl finally pivots and takes all that support with her, because we know deep down, y'all niggas don't got talent. She's propping y'all niggas up right now. All of y'all. So which is weird that y'all are sitting here defending her knowing that you will not make it out on your own, especially with these numbers. But you won't sit here and let her lecture us about how we're wrong in our assessment because the black people she gave jobs to, well, they were making more money before she got to them. And if Ra Garvey had a problem, he should just go do his thing like he wasn't doing that already before you got to him. Like, what are we doing? Like, you think, bruh, let's get back to this craziness because Anton, you looking crazy, my boy. You looking crazy. Let me get back to what was I? Right here.
It's just really frustrating because a lot of times, like, people just don't understand the costs that are occurred with business. And he also didn't talk about how I offered him a 6-month out clause and a 1-year out clause. So if he didn't like anything, I could have spent $10K a month, or, it's between, like, it depends on the person, but like 5 and 10K a month I spend on each channel that I sign. So I hypothetically could have spent $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, and he could have still walked away, built his channel, and I could have like been screwed over. And I was willing to do that because honestly, like, we were friends, I thought, anyways.
That's rough. Well,
Yeah.
you know what I tell you all the time. Fuck the bullshit, stay above it, and get back to fucking work.
I know.
Get back.
No pushback. No pushback. Y'all remember when we did that episode of Anton Daniels where he was on his Lapeef show and he came in at the end trying to lecture that other black woman that was defending herself because that other dude with the Funko Pop toys was talking shit, a little basement dwelling dude, right? Y'all remember that, right? And he kicked her off his platform, right? And then does a follow-up video basically talking about why I had to kick this wild hyena off the platform, basically holding a black woman accountable for defending herself, right? Here he is with someone who a lot of people would look to him to at least challenge because they have legitimate grievances. And I just posted you guys back-to-back proof, right? Because we just debunked her. She said Auntie Jenny was making more money because she's got all these viewers after Pearl met her. I showed you that's not the case. Even with King Rich's. Anton, can you tell me this dude who's used to criticizing black women, pushing back on them, and I don't have a problem with you doing that. I just have a problem when you're not keeping it a buck like you say you always do. It's funny, you on this live stream, you just cuzzling up to your mama, because she's the godmother now, huh? Out of the way, Kevin Samuels. We got the new godmother in town. Look at their behavior, so submissive. I have never seen a bigger group of submissive males in my life.
The word. Don't let this shit get to you. Don't sit here going back and forth with people. Get back to work. Do the thing that you are talented at. You are not talented at arguing with people about how you run your business. That's a no-win situation.
Shout out to the super chat,
You need
JS.
to spend a majority of your energy focused
Shout out to
on
you,
what
Mr.
you've
G.
been doing from the very beginning. You've been facing criticism all this time. Don't let this shit start getting back to you.
Yeah. No, I know. It's it's
So
just
I'm not gonna let
crazy.
you. I'm not gonna let you sit here and have a pity party and sit on your hands and all of this other type of shit. I'm gonna keep kicking your ass.
Watch how he just comes to mommy's rescue. I want to make sure you're comfortable, mama. You don't have to. You just sit down and rest your pretty little white legs, your pretty bright red hair, and just relax, okay? We don't want you to get stressed out no more, because we need that clout, Pearl, okay? We need you to keep going, Pearl, because we can't build channels on our own. We house slaves over here, all right? We need you, Pearl, so we can't have you stressing out because other brothers over there, them Negroes with legitimate grievances. That's right. That's right. Don't worry about them, Pearl. They always gonna do what they do, okay? But we don't want you to stress out right now. Rest your pretty little legs and your toes. This is gross, Anton. Especially knowing how you behave when it came to black women. And how y'all be just comfortable calling them hyenas out there in front of all these other white people watching. Yet when it comes to holding the other person accountable for legitimately being racist, nothing. And y'all want to tell me you don't see the hypocrisy in this? Y'all want to sit there and tell me that? Bruh, you're a freaking embarrassment, Anton. I hope you know this. Lil Doctrine, shout out to you for the $50 super chat. He says, even Pearl fan thinks these negative reaction vids are more interesting than her content. Yo! Hey! He said her view ratio is down. Auntie and King Richie's X views are down. Keep up the pressure forever. Facts. I have to now because actually we have a legitimate grievance. I mean, we've always had a legitimate grievance, but Pearl finally put it all on display. Because before, when we talk about how these guys are inconsistent, when we talk about how hypocritical these guys are and how they're tacit in their criticism when it comes to one group over the other, we were getting hate for it for the longest time. And it wasn't until Pearl just broke this shit wide open, we were able to see it. Everyone else was able to see it instead of us. Because everyone who was following us from day one, they already saw this. I already have numerous videos on Anton exposing his ass. Like, we've been doing it for a long time. It's just that now, someone like Pearl is able to expose the mentality, what it's all about. As long as they get theirs, who cares? That's the mentality. But what they sit here and do is pretend that they're doing these things. They're setting up these channels. They're building these Patreon courses designed to help black men better themselves. The only black men that's ever bettered themselves from these niggas are Anton Daniels himself. That's it. That's the only reason why he's protecting this woman. The only reason.
I'm going to keep staying on your head. And if we got to be FaceTiming every fucking day, then that's what we going to do. But we not going to sit here and
Shout out
start
call for the membership.
Having all of this shit get you off your square, because this is the thing that they want. People wanted your spot from the very beginning. They thought that the ones that should have took the mantle and all of.
Who's they, Anton? Who is they that you're referring to, Anton? You sounding real funny right now, dog. You sounding real funny right now, bro. Because it's starting to sound like you don't even consider yourself black. Like, who's they?
With this other type of shit. You never said nothing. You kept your head down. You worked, you grind, you hustled, you paid consultations. You tried to understand the business. You invested in your business. You bought more equipment. You traveled to people. You did interviews. You fucked with everybody. And you gave opportunities. And so now you know what comes with, you starting to see the differences between the people that rock with you and the people that don't rock with you.
It
doesn't fucking matter.
Hey, bro. Hey, she ain't the only one that sees the difference. We see it loud and clear all the time. We see the difference between the people who rock with Pearl right now, despite what she did, and the people who don't. We already know the people who don't rock with Pearl after this shit went down. And we're keeping tabs, real close tabs, on the people that do and still continue to rock with her even after this bullshit. And there's more. Because at the end of all of this, even someone who knows Pearl better than any of these losers themselves literally came out and admitted that Pearl is lying. All of this wasn't who she was. And this person was her own best friend. And she got receipts to prove that she's from her childhood, bro. And you know what she also exposed? That she's doing this for clout and views. So Anton, again, we understand real well the difference between the people who are still supporting her and the people who dropped their support and kept their self-respect. Shame on you, bro.
None of it matters. At the end of the day, you need to focus on the thing that got you there from the first place, and you need to triple down on that shit. Grind, hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Triple down on black content, by the way. That's the shit that got her here in the first place. Kevin Samuels talking points and black females, shitting on black females. That's what got her here. So Anton's telling her, double down.
Saying don't start falling on your laurels right now. Don't start entertaining the bullshit. You focus on the thing that actually got you there in the first place. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, no, I know, you're right. It's just been crazy because I feel like people shouldn't be entitled to like knowing the back end of the business. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like I shouldn't have to explain this.
They don't
to people,
care.
But
Wait. So you think that just because you explain the back end, you explain your costs, you show them the fact that your bank account was in the negative back in July, that's gonna make a fucking difference? They don't care about that shit.
And it's just like I'm looking for people that like I worked a year and a half for free because I just wanted it. Like I just genuinely like I love making content. I just wanted it. And like the thing is, you know what a predatory deal is? A predatory deal is a 7-year contract. Oh my gosh, because you're probably not even going to make money on my end for the first year.
Well, yeah, I lose a lot of money on a lot of different people on a regular basis. And they still feel entitled. They feel like they should make more.
Wow.
Even though they coming up off my platform.
Wow.
And nobody would have known them if it wasn't for me.
Wow.
Just keep your grass cut so you can see the snakes. Be careful of who it is that you associate yourself with. Keep it 100% business. Make these people sign sign to where they can't talk about the terms of the contract if they want to get.
Anton's going even worse with this, people. He said you should have gone even further. Matter of fact, if you would have got that nigga a Ra Garvey to sign, you would have put the clause in there to make sure he shut up. Say nothing while you abuse him and whip the rest of them. Matter of fact, get Auntie Jenny and King Riches on them NDAs right now. Make sure they don't go crazy and get any ideas thinking that they can free themselves. That's what Anton's doing. Like, look at this man's mentality. This is wild. And you wonder why your restaurant fell apart after 2 years. Jesus Christ. If this is how you treat people, business is about relationship, solving a problem. And you not solving nothing. You create more problems than anything else. And then pretending to solve them to get people to pay you. If you don't know how to build solid relationships, you're not going to survive. But you speaking from a very selfish mentality, bruh. I can see why your real world businesses failed. I wouldn't respect a boss like this, bruh.
Get into contract negotiations with you in the first place. Learn from your mistakes and then go from there.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I'm really thankful this happened because what if I signed him, he did the 3-year deal, then we renegotiate for another deal, and he's been taking videos of me the last 3 years to use on the internet.
So it's a blessing.
You know, so honestly, like I'm glad that something like this happened because it just really, I don't know. I feel like it showed me.
Don't retaliate. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Never had that hate. Don't even start to have that seed of hate in your heart.
For the super chat.
Because what comes along with that is it just grows. You know what I'm saying? And it's so hard to get it up out of
Mhm.
your heart. So you just got to lean into the thing. You know what I'm saying? That's best for you long term. Pay attention to the 10-year, the 15 to 20-year. Pay attention to whatever it is that you wanna do as a result of that, and keep it moving.
Mhm.
All of this other shit is just noise. It's
Yeah.
noise.
Yeah. And it's just frustrating because I just really like making high quality content. Like, I feel like there's so much content out there that advocates for the woman's point of view, you know? And I feel like
Advocates for the woman's point of view. The same woman that believes that women love to be cheated on and also like divorcing men. Like, is she doesn't even know what she's saying, bro. I don't even think she knows where she's at right now. Pearl, you're on a podcast, okay? You're not making sense.
there's just not a lot of content that advocates for men's issues.
Wow.
And when I got into this, like, it was never about money. It was about like doing something that's cool. I don't know. It was about having fun and advocating for men along the way. But it's like, so it's like I don't take home enough money for people to be this pressed on me trying to do quote unquote predatory contracts. So that's it.
I already know what you make. So I already know. I know what you're facing. I know what you make. I know the machine. We already had this conversation offline.
Perfect. I'm glad you already had this conversation offline. Guys, understand how he treated Pearl throughout that whole interview, okay? Now watch if you think he's going to extend the same grace to someone like Ra Garvey, right? You guys think he's going to extend the same kind of grace to Ra Garvey, or do you think Ra Garvey is probably going to get a little bit of a different treatment than what Anton gave Pearl? Let me pull this up real quick. I just had it too. Chat, give me 1 second. What up, chat? Give me 1 second. I thought I had this already set. Let's, no, it's the other one. Hold on, chat. I thought I already had this video out already. Give me 1 second. Go to library. My bad. I just had this video too. Hold up, chat. Let me... Here we go. There we go. All right. All right, so watch. No, hold on. Watch this treatment, bro. Y'all let me know if Ra Garvey got a fair shake. Would he? No, it wasn't this one. There it is.
What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right?
All right, here we go, chat. Here we go.
Some of the stuff that she tried.
And he's wearing the same sweater, y'all. The same sweater. So you can't deny the same happened at the same time.
Let's say unsavory for me. Wasn't down. It wasn't my cup of tea, as we say over here. And then we spoke about the contracts, and essentially, for American speak, Americans would say someone tried to sun you, right? And so I don't know. Is the reception good over there?
For the $5
I can hear you great.
Is it not that good?
Everything is great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she tried to generally sun me, right? After being a content creator that she reacted to before she actually got to the UK and helped her grow her channel. And then I said, okay, cool, fine. Don't worry about it. And then what I saw was Pearl leaving comments in people's comment section saying that she's coming for everyone, just wait. And so I'm the type of person that doesn't go around bullying people. And I'm also the type of person that doesn't say I'm built for war when I'm not built for war, or asks for a war when I don't really want a war.
So basically what he's explaining, chat, is like, this is how he decided to come out with his video, right? He wasn't going to do nothing until he started noticing Pearl, after this backlash, instead of taking accountability, was partnering up with all these other black content creators who hate themselves and their women, all right? And basically going on their platform saying that she was going to have her revenge. So he saw this going on and decided to drop a video. But watch how Anton treats this brother versus how he treated Pearl, okay? They're wearing he's wearing the exact same sweater, is the exact same video, okay? So you let me know if brother got a fair shake or if he didn't.
And essentially that's what I saw. So I said, okay, cool. With this whole colonial mindset that you've got specifically within the space, built up generally of black men, I've seen that she's been treating them disrespectfully, treating them like they are employees, but semi-slaves when it comes to the contracts and stuff. So I said to myself, okay, you want to go to war? Let's go to war.
But you've worked with her for a year, right?
I've worked with her for a year, but I hadn't worked with her for about 3 months.
So what happened for the other 9 months that you were with her, that you would take that, because you were taking money from her though, right? You was doing stuff for a fee, right?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, of course.
But you felt like she was a colonizer while you were also taking money from her for a fee though, right? And you were helping her grow her channel.
I would say that the deeper that I got into working for, the more I saw what the setup was. Because I was working independently and I didn't see it like that. The deeper that I got, I started seeing what was going on around her and the type of setup that she had. So I just said, you know what? I'm not really feeling this. And also I saw her ego grow. And we've all got an ego. I get it. But when you have an ego with black people, to treat them less than who they actually are, I think something needs to be said.
So you felt like she was a colonizer, or she had this colonizing mentality or spirit, even though she was a bit naive. But it took you 9 months to be able to separate yourself.
Okay, like he didn't try to give her a book. Like he didn't try to give her a book when he first started out with her. He covered that in his video. He was as fair as he could possibly be. Okay? He covered that. He said, hey, I noticed she had a colonizing mentality. He even admitted that he tried to give her a book on that and she just dismissed it casually. So I believe he's telling the truth. But watch how Anton look at his face. You already know he's up to something no good. He's gonna be up to something no good. But he's gonna get ready to try to spin it. And we here to call you out, Anton.
Right.
No, it probably took me 9 months to really see the operation, if I'm honest.
Ra, you're a very intelligent man.
Look at this.
You're a very intelligent man. I seen you on the video, you'll be any of the video where you was like, well, if we don't do it, or if you haven't subscribed and you watch 2 videos, what do we have? Beef, so on and so forth, and all of this. Come on, man. Like whatever opinion that you had of her, you didn't just develop it within the 9th month and then say, you know what? Well, I'm out.
No, it was a developing psychology. I won't lie, but the point that I'm trying to make is, once I saw what the operation was like, I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm comfortable with this. So
was it that you wasn't comfortable with the contract that she offered you, or you wasn't comfortable with her mentality? Because you were cool enough to actually entertain the possibility of a contract after you had done business with her, right? I guess the question that I'm really asking is, how come you didn't dedicate your energy, your resources, and your platform into developing other black people from the very beginning if you were all about focusing on black people?
My ethos, right, for me is I don't hate people and I don't disrespect people, but I want black people to do the.
Oh, by the way, Anton's getting cues from the chat. He's getting cute. He actually, because, hey, listen, just because you put your shit in subscriber only mode, them niggas that are subscribed to you, you're in your own echo chamber. You don't realize how wrong you are on this. Like, Buddy already did a video explaining that. And once we started looking at, guys, you see the ridiculous questions Anton is asking? Like, well, how did, you knew her for about a year, right? So how didn't you, why is it now, like, oh, in the last minute, that all of a sudden it's like Pearl's the worst person on earth, but you were hanging out with her and everything was groovy for a year. And Brody's trying to tell you, yeah, it was like an incremental thing. The deeper I got into it, the more I was able to realize the bullshit that was going on. And then once I figured it out, called her out on it. Matter of fact, you want to sit there and talk about this bullshit, Anton Daniels. What do you have to say about Pearl's best friend coming out and basically exposing her? Letting her know what was going on, huh? What do you have to say about this? Because this is another person you would say that knew her for a very long time, but didn't realize who she really was until the very end, when her ego started to get out of whack and everything just started to really get exposed on display. What do you got to say for this one? Let me just pull this up.
Individual struggled with her weight, and instead of doing something about it, she blamed it on me.
Hi, she's talking about me. So Hannah and I were friends from 2002 pre-K until last year when I stopped being friends with her. I'll show you pics.
Since pre-K until last year, chat. They were friends since pre-K until the very last year, which was last year. So, Anton, where do you have the balls to sit there and ask, oh boy, well, why did you do it at the last moment? Huh? Why did you do it at the last moment? Because sometimes you don't find out things about people until the very last moment. And when you do find it out, it's the decision you make that matters. And a lot of those people that did find out, the decision was to leave. You found out, you stayed. Big difference in character and integrity. So you sitting here talking about how can a guy who barely knew her, who knew her for 9 months and did business with her for 9 months, all of a sudden just up and quit the last 3 months. Okay, ask that same question to the person who knew her for 9 months, not for 9 months, since preschool or whatever, since school, right? And she stopped being friends with her until last year. So that just invalidates your whole argument. But I just want to play this from the beginning, y'all. So we can go back to Anton's little shindig and really judge it for what it's all about.
She blamed it on me.
Hi, she's talking about me. So Hannah and I were friends from 2002 pre-K until last year when I stopped being friends with her. I'll show you pics. So that was 2005. And this was in 2016 when we lived together. So in the beginning of her video, she's talking about our last conversation we had a year ago in March, where I confronted her about talking about women's bodies and their weight and all that cuckoo bird shit she talks about. And I was like, are you okay? Are you okay? And no, she defended it all. So I was like, okay, we're done. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, just kidding. And I still get videos of hers sent to me from people in high school I haven't talked to in forever, being like, is this your friend? Do you defend that? And I have to be like, no, cut her off a year ago. And she even came to know my friend group here in Michigan when I was still in college and even tried to date 2 of them. Didn't work out. So they'll send stuff to me and I watch it because I just want to see what bullshit she has to say next. And I have a theory about this. Not that it's literally any excuse that she's doing this, because what she is doing, I can't even put into words how disgusting it is. But I've known her since 2002. I do not think she thinks that way. If she does, fuck her all over again. I don't care. But I don't think she does. I think she does it to rev people up and to get more views and to get more money.
Anton. Birds of feather flock together, man. Just is what it is. You think we're stupid? This is her best friend, bro.
So all that to say, I'm curious to see once she does find a husband and find a man, is she going to keep this act up? Because is she going to find somebody that shares these exact views with her? Or is she going to meet someone and be like, okay, I don't actually think this way. Anyway, off topic. That last part of her video, she says, and now a year later, this girl is trying to get pregnant and she can't. And weight affects fertility. I didn't know I was trying to get pregnant. I'm not. Now, when I last talked to her a year ago, that was my plan, to get pregnant this year with my husband. So I don't know if she has seen my page from like her siblings' accounts, because I don't follow her on anything and I'm private, but I still follow her siblings, and sees that I'm not pregnant yet. So she's assuming that I'm too fat to get pregnant. And like, how rude, because we really supported each other, like going through a weight loss journey together.
Oh my God. Y'all see that little face expression she made? Y'all see that?
I've also seen some clips.
Y'all see that little facial expression she made? Look at that. You could tell, bro, that Pearl really backstabbed her. Like, I felt that. Like, you be around enough people, you read enough facial expressions. She meant that, bro. Y'all been on a weight loss journey together. All of a sudden, here's Pearl, the complete 180, turn from a woman she knew to someone completely unrecognizable, right? And you knew her from her childhood. This isn't who she was. But here she is on display. What I find interesting is that her friend is married, right? But yet, here's Pearl coming up here to teach men and women how to get together in relationships and get married. But she's not married herself. If you guys ever figured that out, like just thought about that for a second, why is it that someone like Pearl, who's unmarried, isn't even planning on having children, is literally living the opposite of a traditional woman? These bozos like to rave about. Why is it that women who don't even fuck with the type of rhetoric a lot of these red pillars are popping out here, they're the ones who are actually living that traditional life? Does it make sense to you? Right? The red pill ideal life that Pearl preaches out there, she doesn't live it. But the people in the real world that don't even agree with that rhetoric, they're the ones who are actually living that traditional lifestyle. What does that tell you? A lot of this red pill shit is for the internet, bro. It's for the birds. A lot of these people, a lot of it just does not reflect reality. A lot of times you just have to go out there and see the world for what it really is. And it's a lot opposite from what these guys are telling you. Pearl and her were best friends since childhood. Yet she's the one planning on having a kid and is already married. Where's Pearl? All these content creators are just the opposite of what they want you to be. Think about that. They're charging you, some of you guys, an arm and a leg for these dumb consultations and to give you advice on something they haven't done themselves. You wouldn't pay a fat dude to teach you how to personal train, or not teach you how to personal train, to get you in a gym, right? You wouldn't trust that person. So why trust someone who's unmarried, doesn't have kids, or plan on having kids, tell you how to find a husband? Make it make sense. You want to tell me this ain't a grift?
I've also seen some clips of her YouTube channel, and she literally lies. She makes up stories or does not tell the truth about her family. So all this to say,
about her family.
She was lying about that whole story to get you revved up about her stupid ass point that she was trying to make. So don't believe her. She's lying. And girls, if you find a good man, he will not leave you if you gain weight, okay?
That's pretty much the end of that
so
video.
The other day I was on the
I just thought that'd be an interesting thing to play, because Anton Daniels is trying to give brother Ra Garvey to work right now, and his talking points aren't making any sense, because we just played a video of her friend basically saying that Pearl is fake. A lot of this shit that she's saying is she's just doing it for clout. But here's this guy trying to challenge Ra Garvey and trying to insinuate he's the fake one.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, of course.
But you felt like she was a colonizer while you were also taking money from her for a fee, though, right? And you were helping her grow her channel.
I would say that the deeper that I got into working for, the more I saw what the setup was. Because I was working independently and I didn't see it like that. The deeper that I got, I started seeing what was going on around her and the type of setup that she had. So I just said, you know what? I'm not really feeling this. And also I saw her ego grow. And we've all got an ego. I get it. But when you have an ego with black people, to treat them less than
listen to what he's saying.
I think something needs to be said.
So you felt like she was a colonizer, or she had this colonizing mentality or spirit, even though she was a bit naive. But it took you 9 months to be able to separate yourself from her, right?
Bruh, it took her best friend literally up until last year to separate herself from Pearl. But she's known Pearl since childhood. So that question, it doesn't even make sense to even ask it to Ra Garvey. Because, yeah, it takes a while to really find out the truth about a motherfucker. Just ask somebody or anybody who's been in a relationship that's been toxic and got toxic over time. It didn't just happen, wham, all of a sudden you're in a relationship and he's punching you in the face. That's not how that works, all right? Over time, it builds up. Maybe it starts with verbal abuse, right? And then eventually graduates to maybe something physical. That's how that game is played. So for him, it's the exact same thing. When attitudes and behaviors of abusers are the exact same way. At first, it's all nice and the pretense is good, but then over time, as you start to work for them, you get a little close to them, and you see how they are when the cameras are off, no one's watching. You see the real them. You see the little flashes of just whatever personality traits that are negative. Over time, things start to add up. The problem with a lot of y'all is y'all don't subtract when things add up. We do over here. If things don't add up, we start subtracting, bro. We start, hey, wait a minute. She did this, and now she's doing that, and she's doing this. Hold on. Something ain't right. Unfortunately, y'all are coming at a brother who did the exact same thing. He sat here, he worked with her, noticed some things that weren't adding up, started taking things away, and then 3 months before, he cut it off and left. That's 3 months before Pearl came to him with the little contract. So yes, relationships don't just, sometimes they fall apart in an instant, but over time, that's when the real hurt starts.
No, it probably took me 9 months to really see the operation, if I'm honest.
Sarah, you're a very intelligent man. You're a very intelligent man. I seen you on the video, you'll be any of the video where you was like, well, if we don't do it, or if you haven't subscribed and you watch 2 videos, what do we have? Beef, so on and so forth, and all of this. Come on, man. Like, whatever opinion that you had of her, you didn't just develop it within the 9th month and then say, you know what? Well, I'm out.
No, it was a developing psychology. I won't lie, but the point that I'm trying to make is, once I saw what the operation was like, I was like, yo, I don't think I'm comfortable with this. So
was it that you wasn't comfortable with the contract that she offered you, or you wasn't comfortable with her mentality? Because you were cool enough to actually entertain the possibility of a contract after you had done business with her, right? I guess the question that I'm really asking is, how come you didn't dedicate your energy, your resources, and your platform into developing other black people from the very beginning if you were all about focusing on black people?
And to be fair to Anton, this is a decent point and a decent criticism for Ra Garvey, and I'll give him ones for that. So it's not saying that we're not calling a spade a spade. We will call a spade even though we're criticizing somebody, but it's a decent point still.
My ethos, right, for me is, I don't hate people and I don't disrespect people, but I want black people to do the best for themselves that they can do, no matter where they are on the planet. I've always said that. They call it black nationalism. I don't care if you're in Zimbabwe, America, the UK. If black people can help themselves off the bottom of the social economic ladder, I'm all about it.
All right. And there's his answer. His answer is basically, you know what? Yeah, my content isn't specifically about helping black people in the UK, but I still support black progress. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I wouldn't even say if he would call himself Manosphere or not, but that's a perfectly fine answer to a perfectly legitimate question that Anton Daniels asked. But that was pretty much the only reasonable question Anton would ask this man the rest of the stream.
So, like I said, I work with everyone. If you see my content, I've interviewed all types of people because I don't hate people. I'm about.
But you utilized your platform to promote her platform, though. So, it's a difference, though.
Go say again.
I said you utilized your platform and you worked with her for over 9 months. It's a difference between interviewing somebody and you know, creating content, but then working with them and sitting in a studio and then also even considering the possibility of a contract. That speaks to a completely different thing, right? And when you sit around somebody or you spend enough time with somebody, you develop some sort of a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a working friendship relationship type of thing. You start to, whenever you have somebody's phone number and you have the ability to call them, it's a completely different conversation, though. Would you agree or would you disagree with that?
Yeah, she was a business associate, of course. Yeah, 100%.
And so this particular time, right, you're saying that based off of what you told me, is that when you seen her in the comments saying that she's going to come for people, then that's what sparked it for you to create this video about the person that you've worked with for the last year.
Boom! That's all he was saying. So he wasn't even going to do this video if Pearl was actually going to come out. And if you guys did your job to hold her accountable and she really felt that the black manosphere was unified and they will not let her slide with this, guaranteed Ra Garvey would have probably just said, okay, I guess she learned his lesson. She learned her lesson. And he probably wouldn't have even pressed the issue. Why would he? He tried to educate her from the get-go. So if learning the hard way is a better motivator, then he's all for it. Like he said before, he's all for black progress no matter what. In this case, about Pearl, learning about black progress. But Pearl didn't get that opportunity to take accountability. And you guys helped. And because of that, y'all gassed her up to believe that she actually was in the right. And she didn't owe us an apology. She didn't owe us anything. Just like people like her that own slaves in America don't owe black people anything. Right? Right, Anton? That's your talking points, right? Bruh. Bruh. This is getting crazy, dog.
Like I said, I hadn't worked with her for 3 months prior to that.
Right.
And I had been, for my own uncomfortable reasons, I've been watching what had been going down. There are some things behind the scenes, like with certain individuals within the camp that I've been hearing and conversations that I've also had. And yeah, I just felt like, specifically when it comes to black men, I'm about ownership. And we can do business. Don't get me wrong. You and I could do business, but I'm never going to try and own you. And I don't want you to try and own me. So myself and Pearl were business partners. And essentially, she came to me with a new contract that I'd never signed a contract with her before. And she suggested that I work for her under her contract. So as a business person, I chose to listen to what exactly the contract was.
Anton, what I find so shameful about you is you preach exactly what brother's talking about right now. Always be open to an opportunity. You say this shit on your business finance channel all the time. You're always looking for opportunities. So even though he mentally cut off the relationships, he's still the business side of him, the non-emotional side, because the emotional side would have said, hey, bitch, stay over there. You still cut off because I noticed all these other things about you and I left you 9 months ago, right? But the business side, when Pearl came to him, said, all right, let me at least hear out what she has to say. And he took that, and he sat at the table. If anything, the most emotional thing he could have done is to not see her or sit at the table to at least hear what business proposal she has out there. That would be the non-wise thing to do. So I find it interesting that you're going to use this as a point to attack this brother, yet you preach the exact same thing.
Knowing all of this other stuff.
But you had already at what point in a relationship? Was it month 8, month 7, month 9? Well, no, I'm just trying to get a timeline. Is it month 7th, 8th, or 9th that she proposed the business contract?
You're not even listening, bro. The whole time you just listening to respond versus listening to what he was saying. He's saying that he worked with Pearl and prior up for 9 months. And for 9 months, after that 9 month, he quit because he noticed that shit building for 9 months. And then it wasn't until 3 months ago Pearl hit him up with the lopsided 360 deal. You're not even listening, bro. You're so focused on doing a gotcha, you're not even listening. Now he's got to explain himself for the 3rd time.
Oh, she proposed that quite recently. She proposed that. I met up with Pearl after 3 months of like not seeing her.
So basically within the last month or two.
Maybe 10 days ago.
Okay, so 10 days ago, you were open to listening from a business perspective of how it was that you can do business with a person that you identified as a colonizer.
I wanted to see what she would say, if I'm honest. I really wanted to see what she would say.
Come on, Sarah. That's not what you said in the video.
No, what do you mean I never said? What did I not say?
What did you mean?
You didn't say you was doing it just to see what she would say. Why would you even entertain a contract from a person that you don't even like, or you felt like was dirty, or you felt like would take, whatever, employees? Why would you even entertain the possibility of having a conversation with somebody?
That's so dumb. Because that goes against everything you've been preaching your business fans, right? Or your business courses. If just because you don't like somebody, still take the time to hear them out. There are people who are doing business with each other right now. They hate each other. But for the love of money, they're making it happen. So just because he was like, all right, let me see if the bag's going to be right, maybe I might do it. I might do it. But other than that, I'm an independent person, so I'm going to keep chasing my bag. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but if you're just taking emotions out of it and doing it for strictly business, why are you trying to shame him for hearing her out?
To do business with them if you have no intention of doing business with them.
As a business person, you always listen.
Boom! Anton, you looking real stupid right now. Because you say, bro, the funny thing is Anton says the exact same thing. Like, it's like, look at him. He's watching his own words being tossed back in his face. As a business person, you're always open. Like, I'd be stupid and I'd be shooting myself in the foot if I don't want to do business with somebody else because I have this personal feelings against them. Like, I'm still hear him out if I'm about the bag. So, yeah, he was about the bag. So, as a business person, you hear him out. You say that. Listen, I wouldn't even have a problem with this talking point if Anton's talking points were completely different on his financial channels. But he's talking all this slick business talk like, hey, everything is about business. I don't bring emotion into it, okay? I don't even care. Listen, it's all about the money. I don't care about the drama. If you got drama over there, you got drama over there. I don't care. I come for the money. You talk about that. Those are your words. But when it comes to Pearl, all of a sudden, bruh, like why would you be so petty to go ahead and sit down at the table with someone you don't like? That's so petty of you. Oh my God, dude, this guy, bro, Anton, bro, I swear to God, me.
You always listen to somebody who's got a contract. You may not like somebody who's got a contract, but money and business are two different things. So I listened to her. So when I listened to her, already knowing what I knew, I was like, yeah, she really is a colonizer. So I was like, all right,
boom.
I was never intending to take the business contract. I won't lie to you. I was never intending to work for Pearl again. I just saw the ties were cut. I saw what I saw. Let me see what she's going to say.
In the video, you said, she said that she wanted to do business with you, and you didn't say that you never intended to do business. You just wanted to listen. And right now, you saying as a business person, I need to listen. But then you saying that you never intended to actually do business with her in the first place.
I already cut ties with Pearl like 9 months ago, but she called me.
So why would you even answer the phone and even entertain a contract in the first place?
Because I want to know.
And why did you cut ties? And did she know that you cut ties, or did you just disappear?
No, we had conversations about it.
What was the conversation?
We had conversations. She was going through some stuff. I was going through some stuff. Things weren't aligning with our views and stuff. And so I said, all right, cool. You take some time. I'll take some time. If we get to work in the future, so be it.
So now you saying that you didn't walk away because you didn't necessarily like what it was that she stood for as a colonizer. You saying that y'all business practices and where it is that y'all was going in the directions of y'all life, especially with regard to, I'm assuming, y'all channels or whatever it is that you wanted to market or promote yourself, was just different. It just didn't align.
Yeah, myself and Pearl didn't align.
Okay, so if that be the case, then why, after she still thinks, because I have a hard time believing that a woman that a woman that thinks that you don't like her or you see her as a colonizer is willing to offer you a contract as a result of it.
Listen
right?
to this
And
guy.
so she sits down thinking that y'all still cool and y'all want to do business. And then you say no, and then you drop a bombshell on her based off of what you really think on a video instead of having a conversation with her.
That's not what he said, bro. The only reason why he dropped that bombshell because she went on the offensive. She went in everybody's chat saying that she's gonna take her revenge, and she did. She's trying to take the buddy's channel down right now. I find it interesting that you did not once bring that whole situation up. She's trying to take him down right now. She's going on Tommy Sotomayor's. She's going on Obsidian. She's a moderator for lead attorney. I've seen them deleting comments up there. And now she over here with you. She's with every single one of these. She's going around. Doesn't that make that weird that she's going around corralling and gathering all these other black content creators, just rallying all y'all to her side? Don't y'all find that interesting? So when the brother saw this, because I believe he's still a smart brother, going in the chat room saying that she's going to take her revenge or whatever it is, right? He said, all right, if you're going to go on the offensive, I'm going to drop this. And I'm glad he did it because it exposed so much. So much. If we didn't have the context of how much Pearl were really paying people, this probably wouldn't be as big of a thing as it is right now. So Anton, this comment you're making right now is totally disingenuous, and I don't see you pressing Pearl when she was on that same stream.
Person or calling her on the phone.
I had conversations. There's a lot. I understand why it may not make sense to you. There's a lot that I'm actually not revealing.
Make it plain for me.
Hang on. In the video, I said that there is...
Look at this man read the chat. He actually thinks he's winning right now.
More to reveal. Okay, I did say that in the video at the end of the video. So there's more to reveal. So I don't want to incriminate.
Guys, if you watch the chat at this point, everybody was calling Ra Garvey a snake in his chat. And mind you, his chat, a lot of these guys now, they're going subscriber only mode. And they know why, because they're really closing down on their echo chambers now.
Certain people. I really don't want to incriminate certain people. And so I know that it may sound to you that it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense once you know the full picture. And the problem here is no one knows the full picture. So I totally understand why it may not.
So why you didn't call the person though? I mean, you got a direct connection to the person. See, that's my biggest thing, right? You can choose not to take the contract. You can renegotiate the contract. You can say, yes, I do, or no, I don't, or I don't like it, or all of this other type of stuff. But the thing that I'm trying to understand is,
Anton, I didn't hear you. You said, why didn't I call the? No, sorry, I didn't hear you. You said, why didn't I call the person?
What I'm saying is, if I have a problem with somebody that I know in real life, that I've done business with in real life, that I've exchanged money with in real life, that I've spent an extensive amount of time with them in real life, my initial instinct personally and how I do business is that I keep it 100% G with them, and I call them and I have a conversation with them specifically. So like, even if somebody say something that I disagree with online, if I know you in real life, I call you behind the scenes and I say, yo, what the fuck was that? Or whatever, so on and so forth. I don't create something that I'm going to then use against them in a bombshell and blindside them, especially when I have the ability to call them.
Let's just make it plain, okay? The conversation that myself and Pearl had was to talk about, because she interviewed Nick Fuentes, okay? And said there's a lot that I didn't want to reveal, but I guess it is what it is. When we met up, she when she done Nick Fuentes, I didn't know about Nick Fuentes. I had no idea. She didn't contact me. She didn't contact MTR. She didn't contact Melanie. We were all on her platform, and we done a live together. And none of us
were y'all in the building or on the panel when she did Nick Fuentes?
No. We didn't know anything about it.
Why was she obligated to tell y'all about it if y'all wasn't on that particular show?
Are you dumb, Anton? Are you stupid? You just said literally 5 minutes ago that he should have called Pearl, right? If you had any grievance whatsoever, well, why didn't you call Pearl? You knew her, you built all these relationships, and then meanwhile, all of a sudden, when it's the other way around, well, why does Pearl need to call you? Wait, you think we can't run this back, my boy? Let's run this back real freaking quick. These are your own words. You can't even keep it straight on your own stream, my guy. This is wild.
You can call a person, though. I mean, you got a direct connection to the person. See, that's my biggest thing, right? You can choose not to take the contract. You can renegotiate the contract. You can say, yes, I do, or no, I don't, or I don't like it, or all of this other type of stuff. But the thing that I'm trying to understand is...
Anton, I didn't hear you.
He said that's what he said.
No, sorry. I talk about, because she interviewed Nick Fuentes, okay, and said there's a lot that I didn't want to reveal, but I guess it is what it is. When we met up, she
look at his face. Fuentes, he literally thinks he got him at a gotcha right now.
I had no idea. She didn't contact me. She didn't contact MTR. She didn't contact Melanie. We were all on her platform, and we done a live together, and none of us
were y'all in the building or on the panel when she did Nick Fuentes?
No. We didn't know anything about it.
Why was she obligated to tell y'all about it if y'all wasn't on that particular show?
You're a fucking hypocrite, bro. You're a fucking hypocrite. In one breath, well, you should have contacted Pearl because you have a relationship with her. Okay, well, we weren't on a panel when she had Nick Fuentes on. Well, why does she need to call you? The cope. Like, these people really think we're stupid. This is the contradicting questions these guys like to ask to throw people off guard. Lead Attorney is great at doing this. He actually got half his platform to believe that, Duke didn't know what he was talking about. Meanwhile, I was calling out the fact that you were asking contradicting questions that didn't make any sense. Talking about you need to be precise when you talk to me, and then the next breath, he's not precise at all. And then wants to call you a female for it. That's what these guys do. They ask these contradicting questions and they think that they're winning. So in one breath, you're blaming him for not calling Pearl before he dropped the video. And then the next breath, he's explaining to you what's going on and the circumstances surrounding that Pearl didn't contact them before she platformed Nick Fuentes. And then you're asking him, well, why should Pearl talk to you? Isn't she the guy she's trying to do business with? Like, you're so crazy, bro. You don't even realize it, dog. Let me just run this back for the slow kids in the back. What was that point? It was right here.
You can call a person, though. I mean, you got a direct connection to the person. See, that's my biggest thing, right? You can choose not to take the contract.
When I met up with Pearl, and I said to her, I saw recently what happened with Nick Fuentes, right? I said,
this is in person, right?
Yeah, this is when we talk about, because she interviewed Nick Fuentes, okay, and said there's a lot that I didn't want to reveal, but I guess it is what it is. When we met up, when she done Nick Fuentes, I didn't know about Nick Fuentes. I had no idea. She didn't contact me. She didn't contact MTR. She didn't contact Melanie. We were all on her platform, and we done a live together, and none of us
were y'all in the building or on the panel when she did Nick Fuentes?
No. We didn't know anything about it.
Why was she obligated to tell y'all about it if y'all wasn't on that particular show?
You're so fucking stupid, bro. Like, how can anyone take you seriously? You just contradicting yourself and trying to trip up a brother like we not gonna catch it. What's wrong with you, dude? Do you honestly think we're that dumb? Really? March Renard, he says, Base Perry is in the chat is Pearl's contracted troll. Hey, moderators, you know what to do.
Okay, I'm going somewhere.
Okay,
So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
she didn't let any of us know. When I met up with Pearl, and I said to her, I saw recently what happened with Nick Fuentes, right? I said,
this is in person, right?
Yeah, this is when we were in person. Yeah, so this was 10 days ago, right? So I said, why initially? First of all, why did you interview him? Second of all, I said, if you were going to interview him, you would have needed somebody to push back on Nick Fuentes. Somebody like myself, right? Because he's got a lot of quote unquote racist views.
Okay,
And
so hold on,
said,
stop there. I'm gonna let you continue. She said that in the video. She said I should have had Ra Garvey or somebody else that was a lot more knowledgeable about the situation.
But he just got done telling you that she didn't even call him. And then you in the same breath told him, well, why should Pearl contact them about who she wants to platform? So you're not even making sense on your own argument, Anton.
In order to possibly push back. That's what she said in the video that she dropped.
Yeah, there's a timeline. So I had already told her that. So she said that because that's what I said to her.
Correct.
After Nick Fuentes interview. So
I agree.
Right. So she said, maybe I should have had you there, or she even suggested Dr. Umar. She said, maybe I should have had Dr. Umar on. And I was like, okay, cool. I don't think Dr. Umar would have been good for that, but okay, fine. And that's when she said, oh, I want to offer you a new contract. And I said,
well, hold on. Before we get into the contract part.
Let me listen.
So hold on. Before I'm gonna let you rock out. What happened? Okay, you good. Before we get into the contract part, I just want to make sure that we all. No, that's cool. Before we get into the contract part, I just want to make sure we 100% clear. So you schooled her and you said, listen, you probably should have had me on the panel or something like that. You were also disgruntled at the fact that she didn't let you know, or MTR or Melanie King, that she had another show that had nothing to do with y'all, but you did school her. You called her or you talked to her in person, or you said, listen. So you had the ability to kick it with her.
I wasn't disgruntled about her.
You see how Anton is manipulating like just a situation? He's trying to get him to be like a disgruntled emotional employee that is just mad because, Pearl offered him a contract that he felt he was better than, right? That's the narrative he's trying to paint right now, and that's not true. Ra Garvey, I see as a guy of someone who has his own principles. He moves his own way. He already had a platform before Pearl got to him. Pearl just used him like she's using all y'all niggas for black views.
I was just saying, she didn't call anyone. Okay.
Why does she have to call anybody?
Why does she have to call anybody? But he has to call Pearl when he wants to drop a video exposing her? You're not making sense, Anton. You not making sense, Anton, because you also said in the same breath, you said this. This was you, right?
Stand is.
Hold on. Anton, I didn't hear you. You said why didn't I?
After she still thinks, because I have a hard time believing that a woman that a woman that thinks that you don't like her or you see her as a colonizer is willing to offer you a contract as a result of it, right? And so she sits down thinking that y'all still cool and y'all want to do business, and then you say no, and then you drop a bombshell on her based off of what you really think on a video instead of having a conversation with her in person or calling her on the phone.
I had conversations. There's a lot. I don't know what that Nick Fuentes thing was about, right? However, if you were going to do that, and you didn't want it to look bad, you should have had someone on the panel who could have done something to push back on Nick Fuentes. She skirted over that and went straight to the contract. Now, I hadn't worked with Pearl for, like I said.
So you saw
about 3
right.
months.
So you saying in the conversation, you said, "Hey Pearl, I want to meet up with you in person," and then she said, "Okay," and then y'all met up in person, and you said, "Hey, listen, about that whole Nick Fuentes thing. If you didn't want to look bad, you should have had somebody like me to be able to push back." And she said, "All right, but listen, I got this contract for you." Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
Okay.
So she skirted over the Nick Fuentes thing and went straight to the contract. I want to talk about this new contract. I want to do this new thing for the show. I want you to front it. And I said, "You want me to front it?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, cool. Tell me about what you think I need to front."
Why you didn't go back over the why you ain't say, "Listen, but let's fix this Nick Fuentes situation first"?
She skirted over it. She went straight to the contract.
Okay, but you still can stop it and say, "Listen, but I want to talk about this because this is more meaningful to me," though, right?
What are you asking, Anton? What are you do? None of that makes any sense. You're purposely, bruh. Like, we don't see what you're doing, bro. Come on. And what is it? What is it? Oh, City Champion. City Champion says Duke is still hating on other content creators. Dude is a snake in the grass. Look how he screwed over his own cousin for his own channel. Do you know what Don is doing right now? You realize that Don is also an engineer, right? You do understand that. And just like me not having time on YouTube, he definitely doesn't have as much time. But he takes the time to support when he can't. Like, he's still a moderator. He's lurking. Don't sit there and act like you dumb, bruh. I'm just a media guy. I'm the guy that's better out here to be in the face. If you don't believe me, just go check out the channel. What are you talking about, bro? You're a clown. And March, our moderators are a little bit more lenient. So as long as Base Perry's not being like violent, or he's not threatening, or he's not being like mad disrespectful, like you know what I mean, like mad disrespectful. Like the moderators, you don't ban him. Like if he's not, because I thought you said he was trolling, he was like really causing troubles. If he's not doing anything that's like super crazy, the mods already know what's up. Like we're super lenient over here. We're not like all these other channels like Anton or some of these other dudes that are banning you for asking a question. No, we don't do that. It's just as long as he's not threatening people or doing something crazy, I actually don't care about these trolls. Like I don't care. Like to me, they're talking to the wind. But every once in a while, I'll entertain it.
You want to talk about the contract? I don't understand that. What is your gripe? That I didn't do it the way you would have done it, or
no? I'm asking you why I'm just asking you why didn't you go back to the original point that you had made in order to schedule this face to face in the first place? Why did you allow for her to continue to go over that if your real beef?
Because look at the conversation wasn't done. Like we were sitting down and we were at coffee. We were having a coffee, and I brought up the Nick Fuentes thing. She skirted over the Nick Fuentes thing. Then she started talking about the contracts. And
so why would you want to keep it on Nick Fuentes thing? Matter of fact, the Nick Fuentes thing wasn't even the argument in his video. The argument in his video was the contract, the lopsided deal. So you trying to say, well, why you were at the coffee date with her? Like, why didn't you press her more on the Nick Fuentes thing? Because that's not what she came to talk to him about, was Nick Fuentes. She came to talk to him about business. He brought up Nick Fuentes. They squashed the situation. Now it's time to talk about business, Anton. So you trying to unnecessarily push this to try to make a point. It's just sickening, bruh. Because we know that Pearl was just on this stream not too long ago, and you treated her completely different. You didn't press her when she claimed that she was making Auntie Jenny mad amount of YouTube money. And then we know that's a lie. We know that's one big cap. You could easily pull up her YouTube channel right in front of her and say, how is 295 views in 3 days helping Auntie Jenny make more money? Huh? You let her get away with that shit? Okay, how about King Riches over here? All right? How is King Riches taking 2 days to do 600 views? The nigga got 70,000 subscribers, all right? It takes him 2 days to get 600 views. How is he eating? You should have asked all them questions to Pearl. But yeah, you got a brother over here. You got all the smoke for him. You got all the smoke for the brother, but not the smoke for Pearl that just came up here and capped. Auntie Jenny is not making money with these kind of views. Like, who you trying to fool, bruh? She not making money with this.
So, I was like, okay, cool, let me listen to the contract. But I was going to talk about the Nick Fuentes thing because that's what I started with to try to skirt over it. But when she done the spoke about the contract, that's when I was like, all right, cool. See you later.
Boom. The contract was the final straw.
That's not what you said in the video, though. You didn't.
That's
say,
exactly
right,
what he
see
said
you
in the
later. You
video.
said, listen, tell me the details of the contract. You didn't say, listen, let's come back to the Nick Fuentes thing. You said, tell me the details of the contract. What are the terms? What do you want? 70-30? Oh, wait a minute. It's not 70.
You see how he looking at Anton now? This is the face of a brother that finally realized, hey, bruh, not all people that share the same skin color are on your team. Just so you know, that's that look right here, bro. Not everyone who's black is really black. That's what he's starting to realize right now. Y'all saw that little adjustment he did. He's like, hold on, let me sit back here and watch this nigga talk real quick. What you about to say again? Go ahead and make yourself look dumb. And watch what Anton says.
30, what does everybody else make? And so you started having a conversation, deep diving into the contract. You didn't say, listen, I'm done with this. I don't really want to deal with it no more.
That's what he said. He literally said he walked away because the high end for him was 30%. When he asked what the low end was, she said it was 10 to 15%. Okay? And now we know that King Riches, all right, King Riches over here, he's getting whatever 10% is of 500 views. That's not a lot of money, especially in chat. Pearl's contract were for 3 years. 3 years. She's taking 90% or 85% on the low end for 3 years. Imagine you're in a contract with Pearl for 3 years and the YouTube channel she's helping you out is doing these numbers. Do you think that your channel or you are going to survive the next 3 years doing these kind of numbers? No, chat, put a 1 if it's a hell no, and put a 2 in the chat if you're going to be making money with these kind of numbers for 3 years, locked in. I don't think so. I don't think you're winning with this. For 3 years, and we looking at this for views? Listen, we know you jump subscribers, right? Because it's easy for Pearl to tell her fans to come sub to you, right? It's easy for Pearl to tell her fans to go sub to Auntie Jenny, right? And she can go from 0 to 41,000 subs in less than a month or two, right? Or a year. But when you look at the views, those are representative of what her true audience is like. Auntie Jenny is locked in with this woman for the next 3 years. Luckily, Auntie Jenny wants to sit here and tell us that her Nigerian ass is retired, so this doesn't mean anything to her. Okay, so you're not making money. It's okay. We just mad that you're not willing to call a spade a spade. Like I'm gonna tell you that. Like I don't know if UK Nigerians are different, but I know Nigerians in America. Like my mom and listen, we're part of a group here. Like there's an actual community that we're a part of. We have meetings, we have board meetings. We like once a month. We're in there, baby. And none of them would act like this. None of them. Like just hearing this from Auntie Jenny, she's being influenced by the clout and money. She's never used to the nice studios and the pretty lights. But if you want to tell me you're locked in for 3 years doing these numbers for 3 years, you're not winning. And it's just sad that Anton didn't do the due diligence to call all this bullshit out. So you mad that someone like Ra Garvey looked at the contract and said, peace, I'm done. You mad that he did that? You mad that he said, I'm looking at these numbers, they're not gonna work for me. He's doing better as a free agent. Actually, most people do better as free agents, independent artists, than signing to a label or signing to a team. The fuck?
But I still wanted to know what she was talking about. I've spoken to people behind the scenes saying that the contracts on the Just Pearly Things thing are some crazy contracts. So as we're having a conversation, I'm like, all right, cool.
When did you speak to people behind the scenes about their contracts?
Say again?
When did you speak to people behind the scenes about their contracts?
Probably about a month before.
So before she even asked you about, before she proposed a contract to you, you had already been working behind the scenes to find out what everybody else's contract was?
No, he asked her what her contract was, what her the low end was, and she told him it was 10 to 15%. And he may have done his independent research, but in his video, Anton, if you actually watched the video and did your research, he said in the video the 10 to 15 came from Pearl's mouth.
Sorry, my phone's going crazy. Go on, say that again.
Before she ever even mentioned anything about a contract to you, you had been working behind the scenes to find out exactly what other people's contracts were. Why was you doing that?
I wasn't working to try and figure out the contracts. You're making it sound like I was doing investigation work.
That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make you seem like you were a disgruntled employee going around to go ahead and gather all other disgruntled employees to try to form a union to attack the boss. That's the narrative. Look, he's got to look directly in the camera because he just got exposed. Yo, Griff just got exposed. Look at that face. Oh shit, he just called me out. You're trying to make it seem like what it isn't. Dude was already a free agent when Pearl found him, and he's still a free agent when he left Pearl. What are you doing, Anton? Like, this is embarrassing coming from you. And to think the same live stream, the same woman was on there, and you didn't press this hard. You a clown, bro.
No, you said you had been finding out different contracts about a month before. I'm asking you, how did that come about, and why did you start investigating not investigating? Why did you start looking into other people's contracts behind the scenes? Because what you said on the video was you didn't find out about other people's contracts until after.
Look at this brother face. I'm telling you, this is the face of somebody who realizes that, hey, not all skin folk is kin folk, baby.
Said that you were on the high end and other people were on the low end, and then you asked her specifically, well, is King Riches on the low end? Is Auntie Jenny on the low end? That's what you said in the video. Here you're saying, no, listen, give me a second. Here you saying she offered you a contract 10 days ago. And then you said about a month ago, you were going about finding out what other people's contracts were behind the scenes. And so what I'm asking you is, listen, let me ask the question. Let me ask the question, and then you can answer however you want. Let me ask the question.
You just spent 5 minutes asking the question. Let him defend himself.
Oh no, you're not.
Let me ask the question.
You're not going to misrepresent me, okay?
I'm not misrepresenting you.
That is what you're doing, Anton, and you're being called out for it. This guy's a fucking joke, bro. You just sit here misrepresenting him. Meanwhile, Pearl was out there on the same platform. You wearing that shitty ass sweater, and you could have called her out, and you did nothing. You sat here and you said, Pearl, you don't have to apologize to these people. Pearl, you don't have to do nothing. But when it comes to another brother, here you are trying to put words in his mouth. Look at this face, bro. And tell me you don't want to slap the shit out of that bald head.
I'm telling you what I heard.
Hey, wait. Okay, Auntie Jenny's from Barbados? Okay. All right, so then that means I got smoke for King Rich's Nigerian ass. Hey, King Rich's, if you watching, hey, I want that smoke, bro. I want all the smoke. Bring your Nigerian ass here, bro. Nigerian. Let's talk, because you an embarrassment, dog. Real talk. I didn't know Auntie Jenny was from Barbados. I thought she was Nigerian too. Cole Obsidian plays game in music. Shout out to you for the $2 super chat. It says Anton is a businessman but can't stop interrupting. Facts. You don't know nothing, bro. Anton is a clown, bro.
And you have the ability to correct. Listen. Why you getting hostile just because?
You see the game? Do you see the game? Yo, chat. Lead attorney did this exact same shit to me. Lead attorney did the exact same shit to me. The moment you press back when they're putting words in your mouth, then they turn around and say, you're just being hostile. Why you gotta be hostile? Huh? Whoa. Y'all are, listen, the playbook is the exact same on these fuckers. Lead attorney, go back to the stream and watch when lead attorney was putting words in my mouth, acting like I was gonna catch it, and then when I called him out of it, look, he's emotional. He argues like my girlfriend. We on to your games. Y'all, listen, y'all don't realize it, but people are waking up, and we're realizing y'all are picking off the same playbook, B. Let me just run this back one more time. This is funny as hell. Like, I couldn't believe that he did this. The same shit the lead attorney did to me, he's doing to Ra Garvey right now. You purposely misrepresent the brother, and then when he defends himself, you're over here blaming him for getting mad. That's what females do, by the way. Just saying, the females you like to rail against, the toxic ones, you're doing that.
Other people's contracts until after Pearl said that you were on the high end,
bro.
and
I'm
other
mad.
people were on
I'm
the
kinda-
low
I'm
end,
low-key
and then
mad.
you asked her specifically, well, is King Riches on the low end? Is Auntie Jenny on the low end? That's what you said in the video. Here you're saying, no, listen, give me a second. Here you saying she offered you a contract 10 days ago. And then you said about a month ago, you were going about finding out what other people's contracts were behind the scenes.
That's
so what
not
I'm
what
asking
he
you
said.
is, listen, let me ask the question. Let me ask the question, and then you can answer however you want. Let me ask the question. Let me ask the question.
Oh no, you're not.
Let me ask the question.
You're not going to misrepresent me, okay?
I'm not misrepresenting you. I'm telling you what I heard. And you have the ability to correct. Now, listen. Why you getting hostile just because I'm asking questions?
No, because you're trying to spin a narrative. Because
I'm
I
not.
said to you, yes, you are. Because I spoke to people behind the scenes. I wasn't trying to investigate people's contracts. I wasn't trying to ask people about their contracts. It was conversations that I had with people behind the scenes. Don't spin a narrative.
I'm sorry, Ra Garvey, but that's what exactly he's gonna do, is spin a narrative. He has to protect Pearl because Pearl is his big bag. And unfortunately, I don't even know why you decided to hop on this nigga. Like, everybody should start staying away from these kind of people. They're not for you. They're here to, they're parasites. They're preying on the community to get rich. That's guys like Anton. He's a predator. So I don't know why you willingly just go on there, right? And I get it. You're doing a great job defending yourself. But, like, if you were going to go on a platform like him, you have to be ready to hold his feet to the fire and point out everything, because that's what these snakes like to do. You know, it's funny. Anton's chat didn't even notice this wordplay that Anton was doing, because they're all brainwashed. Y'all some brainwashed mongrels. Y'all don't really know nothing. Y'all didn't catch this play for what it was. He tried to really slip that in there like we weren't going to find it. And he caught on to it. You putting words in his mouth. Be like, for real. Like, where is your pride? And the crazy thing is, dude is not even black. He's UK Nigerian. He's one of them. But still, you supposed to be a black person who's built a channel off of black folks. Here you are, just, we don't even know what the fuck you are. This is wild to me, dog.
Not spinning a narrative. I'm asking a question.
You're spinning a
and
narrative.
You're getting, and wait. Why are you getting hostile? Am I raising my voice at you?
Chat, this is what they do. Chat. This is chat, this is textbook, this is playbook right here. They purposely misrepresent you, ask contradicting questions, and when you defend yourself, they call you an emotional, hostile person. That's what they do to men who try to stand up for themselves. Y'all play weird games, Anton. And you know what's funny? You sit here with this smug-ass fake face acting like we don't see what the fuck you up to. Akil, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. He says, to be fair, maybe Auntie Jenny and Richie could be potentially racking up money by the sheer number of videos they post. They post like 50 a day, 200 to 500 vid. Maybe there's some money in there. Not in ad revenue, bro. Because the watch time hours are not even close to what it needs to be. But we can always check Social Blade. Let's check Social Blade. I'm gonna keep playing this while I pull up her Social Blade.
I'm not raising my voice at you. I'm asking a question.
This is sick, bro.
I'm a smart man. I know when I'm trying to be led down a certain path. I'm not an idiot.
I'm not leading down anything.
I'm really not.
No, bro.
You
gave
me the context behind why you were moving the way that you were moving, especially after you had the conversation with Pearl when you met up with her in person. I asked you, oh, okay, whatever. You know, why didn't you ask this about Nick Fuentes? Why didn't you go back to that conversation? And then you said, you revealed, you volunteered the information, and you said, listen, I had already been finding out about the contract a month before. And so then my brain said, but wait a minute. On the video, when he was just talking, he said that he asked Pearl about other people's contracts, and that's how it is that he found out about Auntie Jenny and King Riches. So now I'm trying to understand the timeline, and I'm asking you for additional context. How did you start going about finding about other people's contracts a month before she even offered you a contract and started having a conversation about this in the first place.
Like I said, I had been talking to people behind the scenes, and that I had been, as you Americans, I say, I had been knowing that there was some fishy contracts going on, right? So that was information that I already had. I wasn't investigating anything. I wasn't saying, oh, you know what? Yo, tell me about the contracts. What's going on? What are you on? What are you on? That wasn't the conversation. It was a general conversation, and I had heard some stuff, right? I hadn't spoken to Pearly I hadn't worked with Pearly for about 3 months. We met up to speak about the Nick Fuentes. We spoke about Nick Fuentes. She jumped into the contract thing, trying to skirt over the Nick Fuentes. After that, I was like, all right, cool, I'm out.
Okay, so my question is, but you said that you hadn't even been rocking with Pearl for 3 months, right? You hadn't been rocking with Pearl for 3 months.
Right.
Okay, what I'm saying is, why were you,
right?
Who were you talking to behind the scenes about their contract that were working with her or for her a month prior to you even contacting her about what happened with Nick Fuentes?
What did I say to you? I said, I'm not trying to incriminate people. Okay, I'm not trying to say.
Well, this ain't about. Okay, so you don't have to name no names. You don't have to name no names. This ain't got nothing to do with them. Forget the people.
No, but it is, because you said, who was I talking to? That's what you said. You said.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I apologize. I apologize. You don't.
That's what you were putting words in his mouth, Anton. So you better fucking apologize. You over here purposely misrepresenting what he's trying to say. You were doing that this whole stream. And no one, chat, I think he knew what he was doing. He just got badly called out for it.
To mention anybody's name or anything like that. What I'm asking you is, why were you talking to different people behind the scenes when you weren't even associated with Pearl for the
friend? I'm friends with people from the whole camp. What do you mean?
Dummy. Look at his face. Damn, bruh. What a dummy.
Hey, I know people.
Okay.
They called me. We're having conversations.
They called you?
Mentioned. It's not like, huh?
You said they called you?
Look, you see that shit? He caught it. He caught it. You see his face? He's like, what? Come on, bro. I see the setup.
Bro, we were having conversations. Like, no one's trying to investigate nothing over here.
See?
You're trying to spin this. I don't understand why you're trying to spin it. Like, I don't.
Because I'm asking a question, I'm trying to spin it. I haven't even given my opinion. I haven't given my opinion at all.
Bro. If I say to you, if you say to me, oh, I spoke to my friend Derek last week, I'm not gonna be like,
Anton, you embarrassing.
But
bro.
did you call him? Or
you in that weird sweater?
You spoke to Derek, bro. Like, the hell? Like, you spoke to
Derek.
Like,
listen. This is how I see it now. I think that the context matters.
Okay,
because whether or not Derek called me or I called Derek, and the reason why I either called Derek or Derek called me matters. The context matters, because what it does is it shows the intentions of whatever the party is that is having a conversation in the first place. If I call, listen, if me and you, let's say you married, I don't know if you married. No. I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say you married. Let's say you married and I'm married. And then in passing, I run into your wife and I say, oh man, here's my number. Give it to Sarah and have him call me, right? And then she calls me. It then absolves me because I never had any ill will or intention in the first place. Now, let's say that I'm looking for her information online and I try to get in touch with her because I think that she's hot. The conversation and the context behind why we started getting in touch matters.
No, bro, because how many times, everybody can actually attest to this. Anyone who's ever worked a job with other employees and have been an employee before, you've had employees who've had issues either with management or with how things are run. They will vent to you. Sometimes it's in the cafeteria, maybe when you guys are out on lunch, maybe if you guys are close enough with your coworkers to hang out with them outside of work. Everyone has experienced this at some point in time. When someone is feeling grieved, usually a coworker is someone that they can vent to. So even if Ra Garvey initiate the conversation, right? Let's say he wasn't even talking about that. At some point, they would bring it up because Pearl was really, her situation was blowing up at that time. And it really wouldn't even matter. Because if he wanted to ask them about their pay situation, it's his right to do that. Because at that point, he was still a former colleague of theirs. And believe it or not, Anton, I know you've been out of the W-2 world for a long time, but old colleagues still connect with each other and talk about jobs, especially if one colleague left and the other one is still at the job. I can't tell you how many people that work in my previous job that I'm still friends with and I talk to on a daily basis. And they vent to me consistently about how shitty things are getting. A couple other people got fired the other day. So that's how I know. But am I going around investigating shit to figure it out? No, I don't give a fuck about that old company. I left it for a reason. I'm not looking back, but I'm still cool with them niggas there. And if they're still having problems, well, they're not bold enough to leave, so that they can't put that on me, but I'm willing to listen to them. Everybody experiences this. So you trying to turn it into something like, oh, well, context matters. All right. He knows what you're up to. You're playing games, Anton. Ugh, dude, this dude, like, I'm gonna just play like a couple more seconds of this because like I can't with Anton, bro. I can't, dog. I can't
So
with this nigga.
either from my perspective, from what I'm seeing right now, either they had bad intentions from the first place, whoever it is that continues to take money and be on the staff, or you were doing something completely different, because there was no reason for you to be asking other people about their contract for somebody that you no longer doing business with.
Hang on. So, like I said to you, no one is over here investigating contracts. Like you're trying to spin it like this was some kind of detective show. Okay.
No, I never asked you. I never asked you that. You volunteered that information.
Contracts were
No, that's what you said. You kept asking the question. Dude, you are yo, Anton. Yo, my nigga, this conversation is eye-opening. Cause you are really being manipulative here, bro. And it's not even funny. It's actually kind of disgusting, bro.
And like it's not I don't understand. It's not even as bad as you're trying to make it out. It doesn't even make any sense. Like it's not even that sinister. Like it's really not even that sinister.
So you don't think that dropping a video
behind the scenes, I heard about the contracts, right? I knew some stuff about their contracts or what was going on. Pearl done the Nick Fuentes thing. I went to talk about Pearl about the Nick Fuentes thing. She started mentioning contracts. I listened and I was out.
That's the story. Nothing more, nothing less, Anton.
No one had any bad intentions for Pearl. I wasn't. I'm not an FBI agent. I'm not some CIA.
So you didn't have. Hold on, wait. So you didn't have bad intentions for her, but then 10 days, 8 days. Wait.
What is this?
No. Think about it. Think about it for a minute. You didn't have bad intentions for her. She thought that y'all was cool, but then you dropped a video a week later about her.
The reason he dropped the video because Pearl said she wanted revenge. And she got her revenge because she's taking his channel down. But you're not talking about that though, are you?
So I said about the colonizer mentality in the video, right? When colonizers, or if people are in a position of power, when they think they're cool with you, they're cool and you're cool is two different cools.
Oh, y'all had two different cools.
That because you're their slave or because you're their
he's not listening.
Finished.
He's not
because
listening.
You're their worker, they're cool with you as long as you don't step out of line. Okay? So if you're a boss, for instance, you may think you and your workers are cool, right? But you speak to them and treat them in a way where they're thinking, yo, that guy's being an asshole, right? So you might think you're cool with your workers, but your workers ain't cool with you. So when you're saying I was cool with Pearl, yeah, I was cool with Pearl, but the way in which she spoke to people, the way in which she treated people, the way in which she attempted to control people and manipulate people, that weren't cool. It weren't cool at all.
So you're saying that your cool and her cool wasn't the same, but you literally just did the thing that you just described.
Whoa.
You think that you're cool with your workers until they no longer work with you, but then that's what you did. You executed Order 66 and you dropped the video out of the blue when nobody knew that y'all weren't that cool in the first place. And I'm just curious, honestly.
No. There's a difference between listen. This is what I'm trying to say about context and understanding people.
It's content.
Pearl thinks she's cool with her workers, right? There are people that she's employing, or she's actually got under contract, right? And she's taking 80% of their revenue, right? So, but she goes into work with them each day or every couple of days, and they're cool. Hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. But what she's doing is not cool. So you think you're cool, but what you're doing ain't cool, bro.
So did you say that to her? Did you say, hey, I don't like the contracts that you got with your workers, and that's not cool?
I said to Pearl, I said, no, because listen, I listened to Pearl. Hang on. First of all, you want me to talk about Nick Fuentes with her. Now you want me to talk about the cool contracts. Like I said, me and Pearl got together to speak about Nick Fuentes.
I don't want you to do anything. It's already past tense.
He's just intentionally being manipulative and condescending, bro. And he really thinks he's winning, bro. Like, all y'all Anton supporters are sad.
Asking you the context. If you didn't think it was cool, then did you bring this to her attention, or did you just drop the video?
Bro, seriously. I'm smart enough to know when someone's trying to spin a narrative, and I'm smart enough to know when someone's trying to lead down a certain path. You're trying to make me out to be some investigative journalist that wanted to do harm to Pearl, and all of a sudden I dropped this video because I was always intending to do that. The bottom line is, me and Pearl worked together for a fee, okay? What I saw, the longer that I started to work with Pearl, is that she had a colonizer's mentality, and she started treating people disrespectfully, taking money from people. And I was like, wow, that is really bad. She tried to do it to me, right? She tried to do it to me. All the while interviewing and sitting with a known racist and a actually professed racist and professed white supremacist on the show, and then try to offer me a contract like I was a quote unquote slave. It's not gonna happen. And then after that, she starts popping shit. Oh, I'm going to war with everyone.
Yeah.
No one, as if no one can come for her. As if she's this big bully on the block. So I'm like, I don't like seeing people get bullied. I'm one of those people that I'm cool, and I can sit with people that are quote unquote cool. But if I see you trying to bully someone, I'm going to be like, yo, that's not cool. But if you're
a lot of the people in the RedPill space are bullies. We just covered Sneeko admitting he was a bully the other day. They're all bullies, bro.
When I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, I'm the bully. I'm going to be like, you know what? Sometimes the bully needs to get bullied, right? So I'll be the guy to bully the bully, right? That's what I'll be. No, I'm not a bully. I'm not a bully. But if you turn out to be a bully, I'll bully the bully. Okay? I'm that type of guy. So the bottom line is, let everyone be cool. Treat everyone with respect. Treat everyone with the same niceness that you expect to be treated with. But don't bully people.
How condescending
but somebody has to stand up to a bully at some point in time, because if you watch my content with Pearl, I've never been a bully.
Never once.
If you watch my content on my channel.
Anton bullies black women on his channel. We can prove it. All right? Matter of fact, he calls them hyenas. He's just the worst when it comes to black women. He has all the smoke in the world. But when it comes to Pearl, I'm disgusted with the kid gloves I'm seeing right now. You literally are playing mind games. You try to play mind games with a smart brother to try to cat for your girl Pearl. Anton, no channels aren't even doing that hot in terms of views. Let's just be real. So I see why a lot of y'all are just hopping on this grift right now. A lot of your views, at least daily views, aren't matching what your subscriber count is supposed to be. And watch, I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison at the end here. We'll do a side-by-side comparison with someone like MTR, someone who at least stood on the square. Even though it was something that was beneficial for his brand, he still stood on the square. We'll compare his channel versus someone like Pearl. We'll compare his channel to someone like Anton. We'll compare his channel to someone like all these other guys that are capable right now, and y'all gonna see the difference. These guys are not winning in the end. They need Pearl more than guys that walked away need Pearl.
I've never been a bully. It's not my MO. I'm cool, calm, collected, and I'm chill with everyone. And sometimes in this life, people take your cool, calm, and collected demeanor for weakness. I'm not weak. I'm just chill. But don't think because I don't speak up about certain things that I won't speak up about certain things. What happened with Pearl is that she came across someone that she thought wasn't going to speak up because she thought that she had found another one of her slaves. I'm not one of those. I'm really not one of those.
Let me ask you a question, Sarah. I'm curious. What if the contract said 70?
I wouldn't take. I already knew who she was. I wasn't going to take the contract.
So if it was saying 90-10 in your favor, you wasn't doing business no more?
I wasn't doing with Pearl because the bottom line is this. I talk about something about, and it's called integrity. If I'm going into work, right, and I'm going into work with these people, right, and I know you're on some, you're getting 10%, and I'm getting 90%. I know the relationship dynamics are going to change. I know they're going to change, right? And so I can't go into work every day taking everyone else's money and being like, oh yeah, how you doing? That's why you understand that there is a difference between a boss and his workers. Bosses don't chill with their workers like that because they know there's at some point money's going to come up, right? At some point, you know, the hours that they're working is going to come up, and they're just going to be like, you know what? There's a discrepancy between the way in which we see the world, right? So she could have offered me 100% of her company. If she offered me to take over a company, maybe that's a different question, but she was never going to offer that. But the bottom line is...
No. You said you wasn't going to do business with her by any means necessary.
Hang on. And bro, if someone offers you $100 million, maybe you take $100 million. But what I'm trying to say
what happened to the integrity part? That's out the window now?
Oh my God.
Wait.
Everybody has a price. Unfortunately, Anton, your price is just dirt cheap.
Wait. As I said, it's a totally different argument. I never said I was going to take it. I said, if
no.
a company,
That's what you said. That's what you said. I didn't say anything. I just listened.
Plus, he was speaking hypothetically. He said if she was going to offer her whole company, then I might look at it. So you trying to bring it back to an argument of integrity? It's actually disingenuous, bro. Because you knew he was just a hypothetical thing he tossed out there. Come on, Anton. This is a whole new low, and you looking real saucy, my guy. Hold up, dog. Like the more I'm just observing the way you're just like, and then you got this real spicy sweater on, bro. And this ain't the first time you got that spicy sweater on. Listen, bro, I don't know what popping these RedPill is doing to y'all niggas, but I don't think I like it. A lot of y'all pill poppers, and Zip and found out y'all just getting kind of saucy in the end. We got Sneeko taking pictures next to other dudes' asses. Andrew Tate asking you if you're gonna fuck Megan Fox, or not Megan Fox, Megan Thee Stallion if she had a dick, or Hulk Hogan if he had a pussy, right? All these people coming out with these weird kinks and statements, and Anton, bro, like, I don't know. A lot of these pill poppers, they turning out real saucy, dog. Extra saucy, bro.
Listen, that's what you said. That's what you said. You said that you were not going to do business with her no matter what. That's what you said.
I listen. Bro, it was an outlandish statement. I know it's not. It doesn't make sense. I was just using it as an example.
Look at this mannerism.
No one's gonna offer you 100% of their company just out of the blue. It's not gonna happen.
This.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, but I understood that Pearl's way of working was not for me. So I wasn't going to sign a contract. She could have offered me 50-50. I wasn't going to sign a contract. I don't want to be as an independent. If you know me, and this is the thing, I've always told people, if you go back and look at my content, a lot of people got onto me because I was on the Just Pearly Things in the American audience. Got onto me because I was on the Just Pearly Things network, right? I've been doing content way before the Just Pearly Things network, right? So
how many subscribers did you have before you started rocking with Pearl?
So hang on. So I've always been an independent. Yeah.
How many subscribers did you have before you started working with Pearl?
Let me finish. I've always been an independent, right? No one works for free. No, everybody that does business understands that you're going to get something out of it and I'm going to get something out of it, right? So I worked with her for her to get something out of it and for me to get something out of it. So you saying, oh, how many subscribers did you have? I knew my subscribers would rise. She knew hers would rise. That's why we started working together. And that's why it's been a year since we were working together, because we were saying, okay, cool. It's going to help me. It's going to help you, right? What happened was, in my personal point of view, what happened is that because her staff started to rise and she started to employ more people, the ego started to grow, right? And me, and like I said, listen, you're entitled to make as much money as you want, but don't treat people with disrespect, man.
Facts.
Like I don't like people treating people with disrespect. I don't like it. That's just me as an individual.
How many subscribers did you have before you start working with her?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Hold on. You got to answer that question, bro. Come on. Hold up. Sarah, I'm rocking with you, bro. And then, I got to keep it 100 no matter what. All right, that's what we all about. So, come on now. Don't do this. Don't do this, Sarah. Answer the question, bro. Please.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it kind of does.
It absolutely matters.
Anton got a point, and I've been flaming his ass.
Because if she got to 1.2 million and you made, additional 40 or 50, I think that adds additional context into the conversation.
Like I said,
listen, the reason why this matters, why he kind of has to answer this, because his argument right now is coming from the point of integrity and just being transparent. So we just got done playing a video of Anton Daniels, couldn't even answer a question about his web development company name. That was mad shady as fuck, and I called that out. And I'm flaming Anton right now, but if Ra Garvey's not going to answer that question, it looks weird. It does, and I got to call it out too. I got to be fair here, guys. I have to be fair. It's kind of looking weird. It does kind of matter.
See, I could have got one extra subscriber, right? The bottom line is that when you go into business, you understand that it's going to work for me and it's going to work for you. It may
I see where he's coming from. He's basically coming from the perspective of it's irrelevant from his point of view in this conversation. But I don't think Ra Garvey understands what this conversation with Anton has turned into. Anton is trying to turn this into a, hey, look, you're a bad guy. He's literally trying to frame a narrative that you're a snake, Ra Garvey, and literally, you should have the foresight to see that. So now this has turned from an integrity game to a media game, an optic game. Because realistically, if you go to Anton's chat on this stream, they were all calling this guy a snake. Even some of y'all that were Anton fans, y'all came in here calling him a snake at the same time too, right? So it's an optic thing at this point because Anton has turned it into an optic thing. He made it clear that he wasn't about to seek the truth. He wasn't here to seek the truth. He was here to try to make Ra Garvey look bad. And Ra Garvey, you could have recognized that, and now you're like, okay, if he wants to make me look like a shady snake, I need to put my cards on the table. Meaning that you do not leave any room for error. Meaning if he say, okay, what's your sub count? I was at 50, I was at 60K before Pearl got to me. Fine. There's nothing wrong with that, and no one will still see you wrong. And personally, I still don't see you as in wrong. I understand that, listen, you don't have to share, but the game that Anton has just turned this into, you have to play the media game now. Because essentially, the way they're treating you in his chat, they're thinking you're a snake, and it looks even worse if you're trying to kind of dismiss the question, if that makes sense.
Percentages may change, it may fluctuate. Sometimes you make more, sometimes I may make more. So it doesn't really matter. The bottom line is we've gone into this knowing that you're going to make something from it and I'm going to make something from it. Subscribers are not something that's quantifiable. I can't quantify how many subscribers I'm going to get today, neither can she, right? So it fluctuates. So asking how many I got is null and void. It doesn't make any sense.
Again, it kind of does, especially if they're trying, bruh. Listen, dude, and black man, this is how we need to be good with media training. We have to be good with media training. And Kevin Samuels was perfect with media training. That's why he made it so far, even to mainstream media, because he had media training. This is not good media training. They're trying to make you out to look like a snake, bro. So you saying that it doesn't matter, it's not a big deal, no one should focus on it. With the context of this conversation, listen, Ra Garvey, in any other context, this wouldn't matter. It wouldn't. It'd be like, yo, Anton, who the fuck cares? But within the context that they're trying, listen, everyone is coming at you right now, which I don't believe in. I think you're telling the truth. Personally, I think you're telling the truth. But you also have to play the optic game too, because a lot of these red pill dudes, they're shiesty as fuck, including Anton. And you realize that multiple times during the stream. Matter of fact, the first time you realized he was on some shiesty shit, you should have probably realized that he's trying to play games and you need to win the optics. And that's what it is. You're telling the truth. You don't even have to, bro. You don't have to lie. You don't have to say anything. You just have to know when someone's trying to play games with you and then just drop the evidence right away. So then there's no confusion. Because that would have made Anton look even worse if you would have just answered the question right away. See, it's just, listen, I'm not saying that you have to. I'm not saying you don't have to. It's just optic-wise, there's a lot here.
I think it makes absolute sense. I think that, honestly,
please tell me your honest opinion, because it sounds like you're going somewhere. I want to know your honest opinion.
No, I just gave you the floor. I didn't say anything. I was letting you speak because you told me to hold on.
That's cap, Anton, because you're trying to make him seem like a snake, a disgruntled snake. And freaking Jesus, Sarar, you see this already. You see he's trying to make you look like a snake. So listen, you have to play the game back. If I was on there, I would have been honest. I would have been honest. I wouldn't even why would I need to say it doesn't matter to make a point? Look, yeah, I was at this many subscribers. So what? I still built it. Me. This whole time, chat, are we going to sit here and pretend like Anton wasn't trying to make dude look like a lion snake? So if he's trying to make you look what he said. Look what his answer was. I wasn't trying to make you say anything. You just had the floor. Anton knew what he did. Because listen, you go back and watch this video, he's reading the chat. The chat is feeding Anton. So I just wish, and you know where he's going with this direction. He's playing dumb on purpose. He's acting like a straight female right now to get you to slip up. It's just sad that, you didn't, I wish Sarar would have just been right there, because it was just yeah, now what, nigga? What else you got? Even though he doesn't have to share it, it still would have made sense, because look at what Anton smug ass does now.
So I was just letting you rock out.
Right, but what is the way you're attempting to, that which is fine, and I appreciate that. As a matter of fact, I appreciate that. But the line of questioning that you've been going down is to try and come to a certain conclusion. And now I'm asking you the question: for what reason was that line of questioning coming from you? Because where were you trying to lead it?
Because I'm trying to understand
what's your angle.
I don't have an angle. I'm trying to understand exactly why. Okay, let me give you the context behind me, right? I'm the type, listen, please. when I heard, because I didn't even see it, but you heard that Pearl said, or you had seen that Pearl said that she was going to get back at people and start coming at people, right? I heard the same thing. And I didn't do a D-Day video on her. I called her. And we talked, and then we jumped on FaceTime. And I said, what the fuck you doing? And she was feeling a certain type of way about it. And I said, listen, what you going to do is shut the fuck up, get back to work, and do the thing that's in your best interest and the thing that you're good at. And that's creating content. You're not going to sit here and get back at nobody. You ain't going to say nothing to nobody. You ain't going to copyright strike nobody. You ain't going to try to find no dirt on nobody. You're going to shut the fuck up.
It's funny you said that, Anton. Well, when Pearl was on your show, why didn't you ask her about the copyright strike? If you were trying to be fair. But you over here pressing him. You didn't ask her about the copyright strikes. Not one iota. Bro, you crazy for doing this, Anton.
And you going to do what you got to do. And you know what she said?
Okay.
She said, yeah, you're right. I'm out of character. I you know what? I'm glad that you told me whatever it is that you told me. I can call her right now. I swear to God.
Do it. You just had her on the stream. Do it. Call her right now.
God, word for word. She said, you know what? You're right. I'm not gonna do that. And this is the way. I can even pull up I can pull them up right on the screen right now, the text messages.
Do it. Do it.
And that's, I think, what people do with integrity. When you actually have somebody's best interest at heart, right? When somebody is actually working with you. I thought you wanted to let me speak.
Yeah, but what if they don't have your best interest at heart? Then
I thought you was gonna let me speak.
Yeah, but what do you do if they don't have your best interest at heart?
I think that, let me tell you what I think. I think that there was a level of jealousy that developed. I think that you didn't know that she was going to blow up to 1 million. You don't want to let me speak?
No, I'm just saying thank you for telling me your angle, because you said you never.
That's not an angle. That's the conclusion. That's not. Wait, you want to now you don't want to let me speak on my platform? I just ceded the floor to you for like 20 minutes straight. I think based off of the conversation and based off you not even wanting to say about the subscribers or whatever happened and so on and so forth, I think what happened was you developed a level of jealousy. You seen her content rise.
Wow.
You were willing to work with her all this time. You was willing to take the money, get paid a fee, leverage your platform and your audience. Well, I'm gonna wait till you come back. I know your phone is acting up. I wanna make sure that you got me
This
the whole
nigga
time.
is not for real. I knew you had a bias. We all did.
I'm gonna let him come back. I'm gonna wait till he come back.
Chat, does he come back? I don't know if he comes back or not.
Reading super chats. Yo, Sarah.
Good job, my man. Left the nigga hanging like he did Pearl. What a clown. As soon as he let his biases show, Sarah knew what time it was. Time to go. Just because they look like you don't mean they here for you. And Anton's been treating his own community that way for a long time. It's only he managed to put his community in slaves, and they don't realize what's going on. Anton didn't have him on here to have a fair conversation. Anton was biased this whole time. That's crazy. Well, I thought you were just jealous of Pearl's success. Huh. Funny, because Osimpian says the exact same thing. Huh. It's very interesting that you guys are coming down to the same conclusions, huh? Wow. That's wild. Okay. Well, then some of you guys might be thinking, well, why would Anton even think to even sound that way, right? Duke, why would you even say he thinks that way about black folks, right? Well, if he's willing to treat a brother like Ra Garvey the way he treated him versus the way he treated Pearl in the same stream, well, let's see what he really thinks about black people and when it comes to reparations. What is his thought process on that? Does it align more with people who are supporting him or were supporting him, or does it align more with someone like Pearl and the Nick Fuentes of the world? I'm going to play this and let you guys be the judge of that.
Same old conversation about acknowledging me, why people ain't acknowledging my contributions, reparations, our ancestors, IPs, white people, systematic oppression, victim Olympics bullshit. You know what it is. What up, though, Rita? How you feel? Rita just walked in. It was the same thing. Right? And I did a live stream last week where I did a segment where I was breaking down why women make less than men. No, this is not a Fiji ad. Let me turn this to the side. This is just water. I did a breakdown of why women make less than men. Last week, I clipped it up. It's on the Millionaire Morning Show, the whole 9 yards. It's under the business section on the channel. Go back and watch it. And if you read Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, which I recommend for most people, what you'll find is that
this nigga is promoting Jordan Peterson. For those of you guys who don't know, listen, as smart as Jordan Peterson thought he was, the nigga is nothing but a crybaby. Listen, I don't know what happened with them pills. He started to say, hey, Jordan Peterson, stop popping them pills that you popping, dog. Because I don't know, you got ultra saucy since whatever illness you had came through, bro. Like, he's been crying nonstop about everything, right? You sit there, oh, I can't believe these college boys, they can't get ahead. It's like, hey, bro, show some masculinity. What we doing here? A bunch of these boys look up to you. Yeah, bro, ever since Jordan Peterson had that illness or whatever shit broke out, he's been on these pills and whatnot, and you see he's almost like changed. First of all, he thinks he's a know-it-all, right? Clinical psychologist all of a sudden telling you about, like, you know, fucking science and all those different things like that. It's like, bro, calm the fuck down and stay in your own lane. But you look at him, the dude's falling apart right now. Like, what you, Jordan Peterson, man, get that old dude out of here, bro. That's for them white boys, and it's nothing against that. There's nothing against that. He's good, but it's just, bro's a crybaby, dog. Like, I'm not following him. He's a clown.
Women are a lot more effeminate, and they're a lot more agreeable and nurturing. And so what happens is women are just happy to be there, but then they grow disgruntled, which is one of the reasons why you start to see, thank you, I'm gonna be reading super chats throughout the show, which is one of the reasons you start to see them say, yo, I want to see equal pay for equal work. What you don't realize is that you get.
Joe says Jordan Peterson is legit. Hey, he said the exact same thing Kanye said about Hitler. How come he didn't get canceled the exact same way Kanye is dealing with it right now? Yeah, the pressure they came for Kanye wasn't the same they came for him. I wonder why. Listen to what Jordan Peterson says. He's like, listen, bro, Jordan Peterson, the dude is crazy. Like, if you actually listen to his ideas, like, so listen, the only reason why Jordan Peterson really got famous is because he stood up to a university in Canada. And he's right. You shouldn't force anyone to conform to anybody's pronouns. Like, you're not going to sit there and force me to to address you in a fucking pronoun or whatever it is. Like, I'll say what I need to say and then move on with my life. And he's right to stand up and stick his neck out for doing that. But some of the other shit that he's been doing right now, you want to tell me that you don't watch the old Jordan Peterson and watch what he's doing right now, especially on this podcast circuits, after he's got a little bit more money in his bread, and you want to ask me this dude isn't acting crazy right now? Listen to the stuff he's saying, bro. He's parroting a lot of these far-right talking points, and it's like they're all sounding the same. They're all sounding the same. This dude's going on Fresh. I don't know if he went on Fresh and Fit officially, but his daughter is doing circuits with Andrew Tate. They're all coming into this space for a freaking reason. Wake up, dude. A lot of these dudes are here because they want black votes for the right. That's what it is. Like, this is grifting to one giant political grift. That's what all this is. You got guys like ABL coming in, and they're all coming in and doing this. Yeah, we need a source of black votes. We need more black votes. Let's go. Because the liberals, they got Hollywood and they got these black liberals voting for them. We need our version over here. Oh, the RedPill's great because we got a bunch of black folks we can corral and make something happen. Wake up. This is one giant grift. Think about it. You got Candace Owens coming in the mix now. You got all these big name political right-wing figures, far right-wing figures, some of them will be labeled as. They're coming in here and they're just garnering the black vote. They're using a black guy like Andrew Tate to put right in front of you and say, yes, this is a symbol of masculinity. Come here and vote for us. Y'all need to wake up. Oh my God, I don't even want to have this conversation. Jordan Peterson is part of that agenda. Just so you know, if you don't see what he's doing right now and the kind of money he's getting paid to do right now, he's part of that agenda. Wake up. He's not for you. The fact that black people actually think Jordan Peterson is legit, y'all are crazy.
What you negotiate, not what it is that you think that you deserve. I also see women do things like say, I deserve a good man.
Bro, John, you're so right. Because black vote for the right, these same people on the right are the ones that when you talk about the reparations, they're the ones that tell you to stop talking about it. Meanwhile, their buddies got paid reparations a long time ago when the slaves got freed. It's the conservative guys that tell you black issues, y'all should stop talking about racism. Pearl comes up here, and it's ironic that the same boys who are supporting the same right-wing agenda are telling you that reparations, you shouldn't get it, and leave Pearl alone. She did nothing racist. You want to tell me there's not a weird correlation between that? Bruh, they know what they're doing here. They know exactly what they're doing here in the red pill space, especially in the black manosphere. Pearl is here for a reason. So is a lot of these fools.
That's what they say. Let's put this whole contract thing to rest. They say that I deserve a good man. And then you know what we say? Why do you deserve a good man? Or if they decide to rock out with a dude that already got 3 baby fathers and they become, or 3 baby mamas, and then they marry him and become the 4th baby mama, and then she leave him, we still hold women accountable and say, but you picked him. We give no passes in 2023 and going forward for women making bad decisions for who it is that they decide to sleep with, have kids with, or who it is that they decide to work for.
Wait, didn't Andrew Tate say he was black? I thought Andrew Tate said he was black. His daddy was black. He claims he was black. I thought he was black this whole time. Maybe I'm wrong. Andrew Tate's not black, but from where I'm sitting, his pedigree, he says it's black.
If you decide that you don't want to have a family and you want to become a modern woman, then men hold women accountable for then coming back after it is that they hit the wall and say, but you chose your career over your family, so eat that shit. If a man divorces her or if he sleeps with her and he never marries her, we say you're not entitled to half. As a matter of fact, we'll go so far as to say that if you are married and you didn't get a prenuptial agreement, men will fight and say family court laws, which I largely agree with, are egregious because they're based off of a time in which women didn't have the same rights or the ability to work as much as men. And we hold women accountable for taking half of a man's stuff because we don't feel like she was shooting in the gym, even if she was with him for an extended period of time in a marriage. But then I turn around and I see the hypocrisy, and I see grown men coming on panels in the comments, making comments and having conversations about what the fuck they think is fair and why they feel like they're being colonized. I mean, these are grown men talking about being colonized by a white woman in the comments, holding me accountable because I say you get what you negotiate, not what it is that you think that you deserve.
Bro, no, you dummy. They were holding you accountable because you were over there playing cutesies with Pearl instead of holding her accountable. But yeah, you over here talking about a reparations talk, and the first group of people you're holding accountable were black women. I found that so interesting. And guess what? Before he holds Pearl accountable, not only does he hold black women accountable, now he's gonna hold black men accountable now because y'all called him out. Just listen to this man. Just listen to this man. Hey, Joe, is that true? What do you mean? Is that for real? She's charging people $500 to be a member? Can somebody fact check this, please? That can't be real, bro. What do you get as a $500 a month member? What are you paying for? Yo, nah, that's not real, bro. If that's real, that's sad. that's on a whole different level of sad, bro. Tell me that's not true.
We tell women all day, every day, you don't deserve a good man because you don't have one. I specifically say on a regular basis, listen, I don't believe that God should give you a good man just because you prayed for him in church. Why would he do that to him and you a piece of shit? See, the one thing about me, and the two things is for sure, is that I'm an equal accountability partner across the board.
Who believes that? Pause. Put a 1 if you think this thing is capping right now. You're an equal accountability guy across the board? Really? After what we done just seen? Bro, what do you think you do? Hold on, nigga. Who do you think you're talking to? Equal accountability, my ass. Nigga, we just saw you suck on Pearl's toes for the past hour, and then you just literally didn't hold her accountable, but you had smoke for the brother, though. You tried to put words in his mouth, though. But you didn't have smoke for Pearl when she was claiming that she was making all these other people rich, and we saw their YouTube pages. They ain't making money off of 300 views in 2 days. What you talking about? You want to say you're the equal accountability? Bruh, dude, shut up. Anton, bro, shut up, bro. What the fuck?
If you're a woman, man, white, black, all the way. If you do some good, then you get good compliments. If you do bad, then I got smoke for you. But the thing that I'm talking about here is, why should anybody give you anything?
Jesus. Look at this man.
I do good business because I'm just the person that got it out the mud, so I understand it on both sides.
Hey guys, for those of you guys who were here since the start of this live stream, we already played how he quote unquote got it out of the mud. Nigga, you got exposed. You were faking it till you make it. YouTube Patreon is how you got rich, and out the mud is scamming black folks to believe that you were worth a damn. That's out the mud. We exposed that, and that's why I had to play it at the start of this stream so you guys can see the full circle context. He lies consistently about his past. You were broke when you got to YouTube and you made money off of black folks and your Patreon. And here you are looking back at them as they built you up and said you don't deserve shit. That's crazy.
I understand that me incentivizing you to do the thing that's in your own best interest may not necessarily be as a reflection of your negotiation skills, but just because I'm a nice fucking person, I'm willing to take the loss to bet on you. Now, you may turn around and fuck over me, and I might not make no money at all, but you still got your money, and so you say nice things about me and say, Anton, oh man, he does good business or whatever, so on and so forth, but you're not giving me my fucking money back. But guess what? I don't cry about it. Because that is the risk and a gamble and the way in which I've structured my business, in which I always take care of my people and I always make sure that they're overpaid, because I've been so blessed to make a lot of money outside of content creation and YouTube. So I'm largely willing to invest a lot of that money that I've had outside of it into the platform because I see the long-term vision in content creation.
Mind you, this conversation is about reparations because people were forced into labor against their will. The women were raped. The men were raped. Everyone, listen, yo, that has nothing to do with a business that you're running in modern day YouTube America. That's two different things. Slavery was not a business to the slaves, maybe to the slave owner, and I see that you have that slave owner mentality because you identify with that, but that's not the conversation. Whoa! Like, you're having a conversation about reparations and you're talking about YouTube business? Them niggas weren't getting paid. They were getting beaten, raped, killed. That's different from running a modern day YouTube business. So the fact that you're making this comparison is crazy. And you think you're winning with something. This is trivial.
But it does not excuse.
This guy is embellishing slavery right now. Because he's talking about reparations. He's embellishing it right now.
You from negotiating what it is that you're supposed to have if you believe that you deserve it. And if not, then walk the fuck away and take nothing.
Yo!
Which is why men make more money than women in corporate America. They're willing to say no. They're willing to walk away, but they're also willing to put in the work to build it on the other side of the conversation. I'm a Jay-Z guy. I'm not a Dame Dash guy.
Jay-Z sold out too.
And I love the line. My favorite line of all time that Jay said. He said, listen, so these niggas made me, then make another me. Or make yourself. If you so great, then do it 2 times or do it 3 times or make another me. And then people get mad at Jay and then say, but he's supposed to still be taking care of a grown fucking man when he got a whole wife, kid, own companies and all of that other type of stuff. Let's just call it what it is.
People got mad at Jay because he sold out. Jay-Z sold out to the NFL ownership. Right? Do you know the same NFL group that everyone's making that slave owner comparison to? Yeah, Jay-Z sold his brand that he spent building to the NFL. That's why people were complaining about Jay-Z. They're saying, hey, bro, you were saying this whole time, let's build a company that's supposed to be black-owned for black people, and a lot of black folks turned and poured their money and their business to support Jay-Z. And what did Jay-Z do? He turned around with all of those black profits and wealth and gave it right off to the white guy. And he got his billions. Now he's a billionaire, and where are we at? But he managed to convince all of y'all that vote, hey, support me, because this is a black-owned thing. That's Jay-Z. So, like, you got to be honest with the smoke that Jay-Z was getting. Because I had smoke for Jay-Z when he did that. I was like, wait, what the fuck? What are you doing, bro?
He benefited. It was a great partnership. When their time was up, he moved on. Now make another me.
It's on my other channel. I actually did speak out against the Woman King. I told people to not watch that movie because they enslaved a bunch of Yorubas. And they were responsible for the slave trade. So I did cover that. Check out the other channel. It's there.
We tell women you get what you negotiate. You own what it is that you made your bed in. Sleep in that bed because your baby daddy left you because you picked him. But now we're supposed to have sympathy for grown men that don't know how to negotiate or don't understand things from a business perspective when you one Google search away or you one Patreon video away from being able to understand it for yourself.
Hey, Devin, is that true? Did Jay-Z really help with that? Hey, chat, can we verify this? Because if that's true, that's fucked up. If Jay-Z helped with the stop and fricks in New York. Can somebody research that? Let me know if that's a true thing. Because that's true, man. Jay-Z definitely sold all the way out, bruh. Let me know if that's true. I don't know if that's true.
I have no sympathy for you. I have no sympathy for anybody. You get what you deserve. Wherever it is that you are in life, that's your bed. Sleep in it. I don't care where you were born. I don't care where you come from. I see immigrants coming over here every day from third world countries, outworking you, outpacing you, and making you look bad. I don't care about your reparations. Listen, I don't care if you ever get it. As a matter of fact, I'm advocating against it because it's going to fuck up my dollar and make inflation go out of control. And so I don't want them to pay you. I don't want you to have nothing.
John,
don't
fast.
give these motherfuckers nothing. As a matter of fact, not only do I not want you to get nothing from reparations, I think that they should tax you for breathing.
Damn. He's saying, hey, black folks, not only do you not deserve to be compensated, even though the slave owners were, you don't. And on top of that, they should just tax you for the air you breathe. How about that? This is the rhetoric of someone who's gotten so used to new money. and don't remember where the hell they came from, right? They don't remember the old Anton. Remember the video we played earlier at the start of the stream where he was saying, hey, really be careful about people who talk about money isn't the end all be all. Look at this nigga. I don't even recognize this guy I'm looking at. This is a whole different dude. Talking about you should be taxed for the air you breathe. In a conversation when the context is reparations. Yo, that's crazy. That's wild to me, dude. Like, your rationale, Anton, is just all the way off. Just throw that and that t-shirt all away. Just throw it all away, bro. Take those statements and that shirt, take the hat too, and them weird-ass glasses, and just throw it all in the trash, bro, because none of this is making any sense.
You for breathing this good old air that we working so hard and paying our tax dollars for in order to be able to make sure that you got this good old air and this good old water. There's people in Detroit. Shout out to my dog, Steph is cold. I'm reading super chats in a minute. There's people in Detroit right now that say that they deserve water. They deserve clean water even if they don't pay for it. Says who?
They pay taxes right now. You should be asking the people of Flint, Michigan, what happened to the tax dollars that the government's been taking from them, and why couldn't they clean out those pipes? And here's this clown coming up here and saying, those people in Flint, they think they just deserve clean water because and not have to pay for it. Then why pay taxes? Why should the government of Detroit, even the local and the sales tax, why should they even tax the people of Detroit if they don't believe they should pay for it? You are so stupid. Now I understand why your restaurant business failed and you're on YouTube. You don't even understand how the tax system works, do you? Huh, do you, dummy? Like, what the hell was that kind of statement? Like, people just complaining because they want clean water for free. No, bruh, they're paying taxes, all right? Some of them, they're paying a lot more in taxes than what they're getting paid, and their tax money isn't going towards clean water, isn't going towards clean air. It's going towards God knows what. We don't even know where the money's going towards. Maybe paying the interest on the massive debt that your government is constantly borrowing year after year to fund a stupid war that has nothing to do with us. How about that? Maybe we should get some clean water. Maybe we should have some fresh roads. Maybe we should rebuild our infrastructure. Maybe we should bring manufacturing back to the country. But we're not doing any of that. And you're not even ready to have those conversations. But you here saying that people who are already stuck paying heavy taxes in Flint, Michigan right now and not even getting what they're paying for don't deserve it because they're asking it for free? It only shows how ignorant you are, Anton. This is fucking ridiculous. This thing, y'all don't pay this nigga's Patreon for financial advice. What are you actually getting from this dude? Like, what are you actually receiving?
Back in the day, they had to go all the way over into the river and dig wells and filter the system themselves in order to make sure that all of the people in the village
back in the day, nigga, back in the day. Oh my God, I can't with this dude, bro. I can't with this dude.
Said you deserved anything. Listen, I hope they don't give you a fucking dime.
Damn.
Now, as a matter of fact, if they create a I'm against reparations committee, I'm gonna be the first person to sign up and donate.
Wow.
You don't deserve nothing. You get what you negotiate. When did we start making weak men? What did your father tell you when you grew up? He told you that you supposed that you deserve to have a good woman, or did he say you eat what you kill? You eat what you fucking kill. I went into the negotiation. First of all, I put my time in. I mastered my craft. I put my 10,000 hours in. And then when the opportunity presented itself and they said, Anton, I want you to come and work for this company, I said, nah, I'm good. And they said, listen, we can't not have you work for the company, so we gonna make you an offer that you can't refuse. And then we went into the negotiating table. I didn't sit there and complain about it. I'm not whining about it. You motherfuckers sit there and whine. Y'all don't whine to YouTube. Hey, hold YouTube accountable for taking all of your fucking money and taking the lion's share of whatever your percentages are. How come y'all not holding YouTube accountable? No, if YouTube kicked you off today, you gonna sit here and cry like a baby and advocate and beg your master to be able to give you your channel back.
Yo, I know he didn't. Somebody timestamp this right now because I'm about to expose this fraud for who he is. Y'all remember when the Lapeef network got taken down for that 1 week or 1 day or whatever it is? Y'all remember that? And everybody in the black manosphere, MTR, O'Shea Duke Jackson, hell, even Kevin Samuels, all of their audience, they brought that power to support Anton and his little program because YouTube took him down. He was complaining to YouTube. YouTube wasn't listening. So it took us, the black YouTube, to come to you. Bro, what? Matter of fact, I so happen to have the video ready right now. Here's one where the late and great Kevin Samuels, someone who helped build you up too, came on and supported you and your boy when your channel got taken down. You were sitting here on YouTube doing exactly that, crying to everybody else who was willing to listen. There's more, people. Here's another one. All right, you went up there complaining, oh, this is your channel. This is what happened to my channel. I got taken down. YouTube, they took me down. I can't believe it. And you have the unmitigated gall to come up here and look the people who supported you and helped get your channel back up right in the face and say, y'all niggas don't deserve nothing. That's the mentality of people like him. He's through and through bought and paid for and kept in the house. That's him. When he was in trouble, his channel was in trouble. Even I did a video, bro. Even if I had my differences with Anton, we can even go back. I had my video saying, hey, listen, we should keep this guy up on YouTube. I don't know what went down, but hey, everybody need to come together and support this brother because we believe in free speech, no matter what. The slap in the face we're receiving right now is just painful. Too much to absorb. Now that you think you up here and you've made it, you shitting on everybody who helped you get to where you are, saved your little bullshit channel where you used to bash black women all day. Yeah, we saved that shit, nigga. We petitioned YouTube. I remember I was messaging you on Twitter. I was tweeting it out. I got people, I don't know if people, I sent my people to tweet it out. Kevin Samuels sent his people to tweet it out. O'Shea did. Everybody in the black YouTube came around you. Where was Pearl then? Where was Pearl then? MTR came around. Where was Pearl? So to see this fucking turnaround and you say, you smugly come up here to your audience and fucking sit there and say, I bet you if YouTube took you guys down, you'll be up here crying because you don't know how to fight YouTube. Nigga, that's what you did. And we came to your aid. Fuck you, Anton. Seriously, bro. This is a big slap in the face to the people who built you up for real.
You ain't saying nothing about the 30% that YouTube is taking and their haircut. No, you gonna abide by the fucking rules and you gonna do what you gonna do, or you can go and create your own platform, or you can go and jump on another platform. But nobody sat here and told you that you had to be on YouTube. You don't deserve anything. You eat what you kill.
Fine. Fine, Anton. Fine. The message is loud and clear. Next time YouTube comes for you, don't look for the black manosphere. Just saying. Because we saved your shit once, and now you think you all uppity and shit now, huh? You with them white conservatives now, huh? Okay, bro. All right. You just wait. When shit like that happens again, don't even come up here and expect people to give you help. Because you are, they should play this video back. They will play this video back where you said, you don't deserve anything. You are, dude, this is not aging well. This is not going to age well, bro. Wow.
I'll be goddamned if I create a company, put my own money into it, build it up, and then a motherfucker gonna come in there and tell me how it is that I'm supposed to run my shit. My wife just walked in here. She can't tell me how to run my household. I'll take what she's saying into consideration. I'll listen to her, but I'll be goddamned if anybody comes into the place that I built and tell me how it is that I'm supposed to run my shit. That go for anybody. That go for these blackity blacks. That go for women. That go for men.
Blackity blacks. Wow. Yo, blackity blacks. You know what that's short for, right? That's short for uppity blacks. So y'all that had a problem with what Pearl did, y'all just getting uppity right now and need to quiet down. That's what blackity black means.
Go for all of them across the board. I don't give a fuck. Not even a little bit. When I was 5 years old, my earliest memory is me coming down the steps with an army machine gun, toy plastic gun, and my grandmother said, Anton, don't you shoot me with that gun. Anton, I'll call her right now. Anton, don't you shoot me with that gun. Anton, don't you shoot me with that toy machine gun. And you know what I did? I got a whooping for it. I got a whooping for it. And I was willing to take that L. And you know what I did the next day? I came down the steps with my machine gun, and they said, this boy just gonna keep on shooting, ain't he? This boy gonna keep shooting us with this machine gun, ain't he? Oh, she's sick? Okay.
Wow.
She just got back in town, didn't she?
Wow.
Really? Came right back down the next day with the machine gun. When I was growing up, they said Anton is a rebel. Yeah, she just texted me and said she said she on the phone. She'll call me back. When I was young, they said Anton is the rebel of the family. They said that I was the rebel of the family. Dog, listen, I had a great family, and I decided to walk my own way because I had outgrown the season that was my family. If I'm willing to walk away from my phenomenal family in order to do the thing that I feel like is purposeful for me, what makes you think I give a flying fuck about an avatar that got a letter on it on the internet in the comments saying it, what I'm supposed to do and what code I'm supposed to be on? Fuck
yo.
You.
Hold up. Let me
Fuck
play
you.
that one
Fuck
more
your
time.
be on. Avatar that got a letter on it on the internet in the comments saying it, what I'm supposed to do and what code I'm supposed to be on. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck your family. Fuck everything you stand for. And fuck your own code too.
Fuck. Chat, he wasn't saying that when his channel was in trouble. He wasn't saying fuck y'all niggas right now when he look at his face. Look at his sad ass face. When his channel got deleted, he wasn't saying fuck you niggas. He was saying, please help me talk to YouTube. And all these guys literally just sat up here, literally singing kumbaya for you. So now I find it interesting that it's just fuck them now. Fuck everybody that's helped you. I can't believe this. Yo, chat, I can't believe this. This dude really did a flip. He really acting like black YouTube didn't help him. And what is this, bro? Is he wearing a girdle, bro? Y'all look at this, like his sides, like, bro, they just come down too sharp, bro. He seems like he's wearing a girdle.
I got my own family. I got my own tribe, and they call it the bag chasers. I got my own wife. I got my own daughter. I got my own money, and I got my own platform. Do something about it.
Wow.
Do something about it. I got my own church, my own church members. I got my own everything. I ain't never asked a nigga for nothing.
Whoa! You never asked who for what? So what happened to this? Nigga, what happened to this? You what? Wow, the flip, yo. The flip.
Something about it. The only thing I say is be willing to do something, be willing to take the repercussions that come along with it, because I'm not one to sit idly by. Just you got freedom to do whatever you want to do.
Chat.
You got freedom to do.
Chat, look at his girdle, bro. Look at the side. Look at his sides, bro. This ain't no way, bro. Your titties can be that big, but then your waist that small. That's too much of a deviation, dog. My buddy's wearing a waist trainer, bro. Guaranteed, he's wearing a waist trainer.
Just you got freedom to do whatever you want to do.
Bro,
you got freedom to do whatever you want to do. Just be willing to deal with whatever come along with it. That's all I'm saying. You have no control over me. Nobody can control me. Nobody can control me. I am my own entity. I am my own tank. I do what I want to do when I want to do it. And if I decide that that's what I want to do, it ain't nothing that you can do about it except try to stop me. Just be willing to get that dough banged on. That's it. That's the end of the discussion. You get what you earn. You eat what you kill. Don't nobody owe you nothing at all. At all. Nobody cares about your feelings. They only care about the results.
Damn. It makes sense. So when you was over here begging to everybody else to help y'all niggas get your channel back on, right? It was about community, right? It was about the black community coming together against cancel culture, right? All of a sudden, you know, as long as you get yours, right? Anton, as long as you get yours, right, my nigga? Is that what we on now? Wow. So you gonna say this about reparations And yet, you're so arrogant to not realize that when you were down, when the chips were down for you, we stepped up. When the chips were down for you, we stepped up. You went on all these black platforms. MTR did a video on it. Everybody did a video on it. When we thought you were getting canceled, and your channel did get canceled for a bit, you came to us and we covered you. And this is how you repay us? When you think that you got to the top, when you think you've made it, you think you're sitting comfortable with these white conservatives, you think you're sitting there like, yeah, I got it now. We chasing all of YouTube, right, lead attorney? So these are the kind of people that, like, they quickly forget where they came from as soon as you put a little coin in their pocket. And we see this about a lot of black folks out there in the world today. As soon as you put a little coin in their pocket, they want to turn on their own kind. They don't care. And that's what Anton is proving to you right now. All that help when he came begging, crying because YouTube took him down and they won't listen to him. Please help. I guess you owed him, but at the end of the day, he don't owe you shit. That's what Anton is saying. This is crazy, bro. Wow. Yeah, let me just play a little bit more, and I'm done for the night, dude. I'm done. I can't do this no more, chat. Like, honestly, these guys are pathetic. Just pathetic. Fuck, man.
What are we talking about? They can't even control whether or not they can even live in a place that they living in right now. They begging the government to forgive their student loans. They ain't got no power. You ain't got no power. You ain't got no power. You vote in the interest of somebody trying to forgive you for something that you did to yourself. You ain't got no power. You can't even control your own baby mama. You can't say nothing to me. You ain't got no power.
He's saying we ain't got no power. All right. Hey, bro, I'm not stopping these videos. I'm not stopping till we take away black viewership. That means from Pearl, all them niggas that fuck with her, gone. Yeah, and nigga that's fucking with you, gone. And I'm going to keep exposing your ass too, because at least I got it within my right and my power personally to do that. If you don't think we're powerful enough, okay. But the people that helped you matter, bro. You can't just toss us away because you think we're numbers on a screen. That fucking matters. So you think that we won't have an impact, keep doing this shit, nigga? We not stopping. I've been doing this for a year and a half strong, and I'm keep going. Yeah, your shit gonna get boycott, bro. And I guarantee you, once it starts hitting your pocketbooks, you gonna be singing a different tune. A much different tune. All them niggas you say you don't give a fuck about, watch that shit change. And this is what, honestly, we just need to start doing. This is how you weed these fuckers out. Control with your wallets. He's right. The reason why he thinks you're powerless right now, he's talking about you guys, by the way. He thinks y'all are powerless because what are you going to do? No, seriously, what are you going to do? The ball's literally in y'all court. Because at the end of the day, in his mind, y'all are still going to watch his shit anyways. As long as he puts black women getting ridiculed, these black boys can't even help themselves. They'll just eat from the trough that he puts in front of them. And I think deep down he knows that. I think deep down he knows that. That's why he can confidently say, yeah, y'all ain't got no power. What are you going to do? I'm sticking with Pearl, and that's that. And he's right. What are we going to do? We can make videos, but what are we going to do? Are people going to commit? Are people actually going to take a stand? Are people actually going to start saying, all right, enough's enough. We've had enough. Bro, you're going to sit here and say this? Really? After we done just put all this work to help you? All right, if you think, honestly, Anton, that we're powerless, let's vote with our eyeballs. Let's vote with our eyeballs. We'll simply go somewhere else. And there are other content creators out there. There's some that talk about politics. There's some that talks about like divorce and attorneys. And there's some of them that talk about relationships too. And they are not these people. And realistically, you could probably get way more value from them than these people you see here. All of this here, this is all just flash. And he knows it. So y'all let me know what y'all want to do. Because from where I'm standing, Anton believes you are powerless to do anything to stop him. And part of me wants to believe he's wrong, but the way I see how they go off on modern women, I just feel like all it takes is for them to put something, just a loud black woman on there doing something crazy, and it just gets a whole bunch of people throwing money at him because they figured out the formula, right? Otherwise, you tell me why he feels so confident to say something like that. He really thinks people watching him don't have power, bruh. Nigga, you really think people who are watching you don't have power? Fuck. Chat, what do you do? What do you do to that? What do you say to that, bro? Listen, y'all already hear it from these guys. You heard it from their mouth. You see what they're trying to do. They're all over the place, right? So this is what they truly think of you. This is what they truly believe. You're powerless to stop them. Pearl can come up here. She believes that black folks are powerless to stop her. And no one is even trying right now. They're not. So she can come up here, take her little revenge, strike people's channels. Anton can come in here and run interference. O'Shea Duke Jackson can come in here and put up a defense. You got a lead attorney from the back, calling audibles and shit. It's all a fucking playbook. They're all running game right now. And meanwhile, we in a backfield trying to figure out where the fucking play is gonna run. Meanwhile, they're telegraphing all of that. So, yo, bruh, listen, y'all gotta wake up. This is what they're doing. They're ready to go. This is the direction they're going to go with. They're waiting for this Pearl situation to boil over. They think it's going to boil over and it's just going to stay quiet, and then they can get back on that grift and keep talking about modern women like they always do. So the real question is, what are you guys going to do to call them out? And you can see that realistically, you guys are already having an impact. A lot of these channels now, they're going subscriber only mode. Some of them, they're saying you got to be subscribed to me for X amount of days before you even get into my comment section and start typing away, right? Because they know they are locking the echo chambers down right now because they understand the direction they're trying to move. So you guys already are kind of having an impact, and they kind of know it, but they're hoping that this shit dies down and blows over so that you guys can come back to the fold. It's entirely up to you, man. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing over here because I've been calling these fraudsters out. I got a plethora of videos calling these dudes out a while back, and it's not going to stop. But, then again, it is what it is. Guys, that's all I got for you today. I'm probably going to take a break tomorrow, to be honest with you, because we're going to come back and hit up Angry Man. What's up? Me, nigga, what's good, Angry Man? We gotta talk about you, cause you also messing up. And listen, if we gotta call Anton out on his bullshit, nigga, we gotta call you out on your lack of taking accountability. And Angry Man, I got all the love for you, bro. Cause honestly, out of all these other niggas, you're the only one that can take a criticism and still want to have a conversation. So I do got the respect. So it's interesting that we're gonna have to cover what your thoughts on Pearl were compared to your history. Because we know where you came from, and we know what you did, and we know how you got big, and the beefs and dramas you got to. So the fact that you can come up here and say what you said about Pearl and think there's not going to be any kind of accountability whatsoever, y'all got another thing coming. And guys, I appreciate you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.